It's a career opportunity unlike any other in the financial services industry. The Thrive in Financial Representative Development Program for new college graduates. Earn an immediate salary with bonus opportunities while getting support and training to build client relationships and grow your own business. Join a company that rewards young professionals who are results-driven and want to live out their faith by making a difference in the lives of Christians by helping them be wise with money.
Maybe it was a big thing, like helping you land the perfect internship. Maybe it was something small, like offering a sympathetic listening ear when you missed your family. It might have been advice about your choice of major, spiritual guidance, or how to deal with roommate conflicts. Whatever it was, you knew that you were seen and heard. You walked away a little lighter, a little more confident, knowing that someone else was walking this journey with you. At Bethel University, we're more than an academic institution. Yes, we're proud of our internationally recognized programs. Students come to Bethel to be equipped for success in over 50 fields of study, from residential undergraduate to online master's degrees. But they stay because they're not walking alone. 7 in 10 residential students are active in one-on-one mentoring or small groups. From the dedicated faculty to friendly staff, everyone at Bethel cares deeply about helping you prepare for what you were meant to do. Because we all believe you're meant to do incredible things for God's kingdom. And it's true. Bethel alumni are active in 65 nations around the world. What connects you to Bethel? There's no question. It's the relationships and community that give purpose to everything you gain here. At Bethel University, we see you. At Bethel University, we know you, and we'll connect your passion with a pathway to impact the world for Christ. Be true. Be blue. Be you at Bethel University.
Net.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance One and Co-op ATMs within Indiana are free. New members are subject to a $7 membership fee and $5 initial share deposit.
They were outnumbered, out-equipped. They had no chance of winning. But they had one huge advantage, General George Washington.
The fate of unborn millions will now depend, under God, on the courage and conduct of this army. We have to resolve to conquer or die.
Just as the leadership of one man helped form a nation, today leadership can transform the world. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're broadcasting live and in living color from the Gates Gymnasium here at the YCAB Athletic Center. Glad you can join us here for Bethel University men's basketball. The Pilots taking on the defending national champion, the Spring Arbor Cougars. Glad you can join us. I'm Paul Condry, along with Coach Mark Gardner. We're standing on Mike Lightfoot Court. Coach, anytime you throw in the fact that someone's the defending national champion, well, that's kind of like the Crossroads League. One of the teams in the Crossroads League is somewhere in the vicinity of the Final Four, right. Final Two, Red Banners. Of course, Pilots certainly got the work cut out for them, taking on Ryan Cottingham's team. You know, they beat them earlier at the McDonald Athletic Center up in Spring Arbor at the field house there. Always one of the most difficult teams to play. That team comes in a very deceiving 15-9, 6-6 in the Crossroads League. They've had some injuries similar to what the Pilots. They've had sickness similar to the Pilots. They're on the upside of all those things now, hitting the home stretch. But it's a must-win, really, for both basketball teams here today if they're going to have any chance of potentially getting a home game in the first round of the Crossroads League postseason tournament.
Yeah, a lot has changed since that first matchup. And I remember the Pilots tried to give it away, couldn't inbound the ball into their own basket at the end of the game. I remember texting with Coach Polsgrove on the way home saying, come on now, we got to be able to inbound the ball. But the bigs, I remember Ertz and Newman, they were just, getting their feet wet in the conference, and certainly they're playing much better now. But, yeah, the Spring Arbor team, they're getting everybody back, and the Pilots are losing guys. They're playing, 50% because of sickness and injury and everything else. So it'll be an interesting one. Coach Cottingham always has his guys ready to play. That's the one thing. His team's going to play hard. They're going to play discipline, and Pilots are going to have their hands full. Don't look at that 6-6 record. This team's better than that.
Yeah, no question. And you're going to like the pregame interview, because I did the pregame interview with Steve as well as Ryan side by side in the hallway together. So I think you'll be encouraged by that. But then you look at the Pilots gone tonight. Nick Pluta's out for tonight, another starter. Also out Gavin Rassler's out. Again, another Bethel starter. Of course, you can always talk about Grant Galon, who's still nursing that sore ankle. I had a chance to talk with him. He's getting better, but it's still going to be a couple weeks, it sounds like, before he's going to be pretty good. And they've got some other guys that are a little bit under the weather here tonight. We'll talk about that as the game kind of goes on. And once again, Ryan Cunningham, he's been through this. Brandon Durnell missed a bunch of games, and I talked to Brandon just a short time ago. He says he's about 90%. So both teams have had the adversity, and both coaches talk about it. But this is part of February, and for the freshmen, they've probably never played 25 games in a season in their life. There are so many things that are going on for two teams that have young players. The Cougars are much more adaptable, I think, because kids have been around the block a couple times.
Yeah, they've got the experience, and there's nobody in this league that's going to feel sorry for you if you come in shorthanded. I mean, it's just next man up, and if you don't recruit well enough to have next man up, again, no sympathy. And so, this team's deep. For the Pilots, obviously you lose the shooting with Grant, but Pluta's been playing well since coming back from injury. Rassler's been up and down, but even though his scoring's not been good, he's really rebounded the ball well. So those are key components, and you can feel sorry for yourself or look at it as opportunity. Yeah,
we're going to see two of the best guards in the Crossroads League as well as the America here today. Paul Marendette, who's about 11 points shy of the 2,000 plateau. He would be the 8th player in Cougar history to reach that very, very distinguished situation. And what can we say about Travion Cruz? We can talk about just about his scoring aspect, that he's already moving up to the number 48 spot in the Pilot hierarchy, if you will. And he has a whole nother year to go. So sky's the limit for him. And, of course, his overall game may be the best in the league.
Yeah, and obviously we see more of him than the other guys. But Kyle Mangus, National Player of the Year 2 years ago. Paul Marendette last year. And we tend to think Travion probably is the best player in the conference, yet those two guys. So it's going to be a good one tonight. I remember last year when they were here, I think Marendette was in foul trouble, and so it kind of took away from the matchup a little bit. His team played well without him, but hopefully he stays out of foul trouble, and these guys have a good game.
Yeah, final contrast of styles. Pilots want to push it up and down the floor. They're number one scoring team in America at 96 points a game. The Spring Arbor Cougars coming in at 76. Ryan's going to want to take care of the ball, kind of spread things out, and not necessarily go four corners, any of that type of situation. Maybe not even as deliberate as the old Paul Patterson days at Taylor, but still, certainly they want to play possession-by-possession type basketball.
Yeah, they want to take care of the ball, and more importantly, the Pilots are learning to play good defense. Spring Arbor always plays good defense. That's going to be the difference.
There you have it. The defending national champions are here in the Gates Gymnasium tonight. We think we have a great one on tap. So stick around. We'll be back with more of Bethel University men's basketball right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Discover better banking at Teachers Credit Union. More than 300,000 already have. They know better banking means better rates on savings, loans, and mortgages, and being treated like more than a number. At TCU, you don't have to be a teacher to enjoy better banking, just someone who enjoys personal attention and solid financial solutions. Go to tcunet.com/betterbanking to learn more. TCU, better rates, better service, better banking. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we're an equal housing opportunity. NMLS number 686706.
College basketball here today. The Bethel Pilots taking on the Cougars of Spring Arbor University. I'm joined by both head coaches here today. Ryan, I think the last time that you and I did this, we did this with Coach Mike Lightfoot. This was at the NCCAA National Tournament Series down in Kentucky. We prayed together prior to that, and Mike told me, I'll never forget this, he said that you prayed for the wrong guy.
Yeah, that seems like it was yesterday, but I think that was back in 2005 maybe is when that was. And but no, we've enjoyed a long-standing relationship with you, Paul, and your radio station. Of course, Bethel. We just have the utmost respect for them, and so it's always an honor to play the Pilots.
Obviously, Steve, you and I go way back, probably even further back than he does. So what's it like knowing you're going against the defending national champs again tonight?
One of the reasons I was drawn to this job was, the league. I know as tough as it is, I try to have a growth mindset and going against guys like Coach Cottingham and Spring Arbor and defending national champs, guys that know how to play the game and play it the right way and are well coached. It makes you better. I'm watching our game from the last time we played. Gosh, it was 2 months ago, Coach. Isn't that crazy? And I think we're a better team. We do a lot of things better than we did back then, but you know something? Spring Arbor does too. and every other team in our league, and it makes you better. We're trying to correct mistakes that we make from game to game, and just continue to get better, and playing against teams like Coach here. It's going to make you better, down the road, and hopefully, getting to play postseason later on.
Ryan, I think the hardest thing, in addition to playing against great coaches and great athletes in the toughest league in the country, is being able to withstand that roller coaster when injuries and illness happens. You guys have both gone through it. Brandon was out for a while. Steve's gone through it out with Grant being out, as well as some sickness. How do you manage your team when those kind of hiccups come?
Yeah. Well, right, we just take it one day at a time like anybody else, and it's always that next man up mentality. I mean, it's opportunity for other guys to step in and fill the void, and you've got to be ready, because you never know when that opportunity is going to present itself, and so you got to take advantage of it. And so, we fill in, we keep moving forward. It's all about the team, and so that's how we do it.
Steve, for you?
Very similar answer. You mentioned two words or a couple. Opportunity. It's one of my messages to our team is it's an opportunity for guys that maybe haven't played as much to step into a role and, not do anything outside of themselves, but play within themselves in a team aspect, and, try to bring some value to the game, and then the next man up mentality. Having that mentality. We're a team. We're trying to each possession get the best shot we can. Each defensive possession try to force the toughest shot we can, and keep it that simple. Opportunity for guys to step into roles, and next man up mentality.
Ryan, what's different about this year compared to any other year? Is it because every time somebody sees the Spring Arbor Cougars, they're going to get the opportunity to beat the defending national champions? There's a big difference in being the hunter than being the hunted.
Yeah, right. It's a new year. I mean, what happened last year is history, and you start over from scratch, and so that it doesn't carry over. And oftentimes people think that it does, and things happen. So we've got seniors, right? We've got one that's engaged. We've got so life happens, and how do you maintain your focus and that drive? Because you're right, though. People are hunters. We've had a big target on our chest all year. They've been coming at us, and it's a new role for us. I mean, what happened last year was certainly very, very special, but we can't dwell on that, and I'm hoping we're going to peak at the right time and take our game to another level.
The press is every article, everything says defending national champions. I mean, it's something that you have to live with, but it's a great thing to live with, right?
We're not complaining, Paul. We're not complaining at all. No, we'll take that. It's a burden we'll carry.
Okay, so you look where you're at right now, and do you think your team has carried that burden as well as it has based upon the injuries and all the things that you've dealt with?
Well, we are who we are. We are where we are. I mean, yeah, and we're just going to keep moving forward and hopefully, like I said, get better and peak at the right time. So this is who we are. We've got 6 games left. The only one that matters is this one.
Give us an idea on when you look at Steve's team, and I know you guys are going to talk about it, and each one of you are going to lie to me at this point in time, but what concerns you when you look at his group, besides the fact that both teams have one of the premier players in America, Marindette, that Steve's got to deal with, and you've got to deal with Travion Cruz?
Yeah, well, geez, Bethel just scores the ball, right? So what are they averaging? 96 points a game. I mean, one of the top in the nation. They shoot it so well. Of course, Cruz is just an absolute monster out there. He rebounds, he passes, he can score. He's very gifted. Scores in all 3 levels. We are thinking about triple teaming him the entire game, and we're going to go 3 guys on him, and then just do a little zone with our other 2 guys to guard their 4. And it's something new that we're going to unveil tonight. So we're hopeful that it might slow him down a little bit.
Steve, do you believe one word of that?
What can I come up with? Marindette, we're going to put 4 on him. We're going to bring a guy off the bench and see if we can play with 6. And hopefully the officials won't see that. But I don't know if you heard that or not. But it's going to be a challenge for us. Just with how well coached they are, the discipline that they have. I mean, they're an experienced team. Obviously, Marindette and Durnell starts with those 2 guys. Just know how to play. They're tough. They make winning plays, something that we're trying to get better with. And it's going to be a challenge for us. Again, it's going to make us better. We've got to, with our injuries and sickness, have guys step into roles and do what they do to help the team.
Ryan, what do you got to do to win the game?
We've got to rebound, and we've got to find a way to slow them down. Again, they get going offensively, and again, anytime you have Cruz, who's so special, everybody else is better just because of his presence on the floor, and so I think Jenkins is underrated. That guy, when he's in rhythm, I think is really, really dangerous, and so they've got some other young guys that I think have really improved as well, and so it's you go on the road in the Crossroads League, it's going to be really hard, so we're going to have to be at our best tonight for sure.
Steve, what do you got to do to win?
Got to handle their toughness. Like you mentioned, rebound. We've got to rebound as well. We didn't do it well the other night. And take care of the basketball. Something that we've been pretty good with all year and didn't do well the other night. Just stay with it. There's going to be runs in the game, both on our favor, hopefully, and then I know on their favor. Just got to be able to stay with it. Make the next play.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Thanks so much, Paul.
We'll be back with more Cougars Pilots basketball after this on Regional Radio Sports. Well, we hope you enjoyed that one-on-one with both coaches simultaneously. It's a new wrinkle, and once again, Mark, I know that you certainly know this dynamic as well as anybody because you've been with me as we've had a changing of the guard in this league with Mike Lightfoot, Jim Kessler. You look at the guys who we've lost along the way, and I say lost meaning they've just gotten out of the business. Of course, Steve Platt at Huntington. We can go John Grimes at Marion. There's a plethora. Paul Patterson, Taylor, and you mentioned it earlier. When you were first here on campus, Ryan Cunningham was the youngest guy in the league, and now he's the longest tenured coach in the Crossroads League. A league that is the best it's ever been, and likewise the youngest it's ever been.
Yeah, it's funny to see him, 21 years of experience next to his name, because I started here in 06 with Coach Lightfoot, and so Ryan had been a head coach. That was his 7th season, and he just named all the guys that were in their 30th year at that time. And so the league has turned over, and there's a lot of fresh faces. But he's now on the opposite end, and so now he's probably mentoring guys like Steve.
Yeah, he has.
And he was the one being mentored when he first started. But one thing that hasn't changed, his teams are disciplined. His teams play hard. They play as a team. It's never, there's been teams over the years that you're like, well, if we stop that guy, we're going to win. You can't say that about them. Paul's a great player, but this is still a team, and Paul plays within that team atmosphere. Coach Cottingham has always had that. I've always admired that about his teams. They play hard, they play together, they adjust, and they take advantage of whatever you give them. And if you take something away, they go to plan B.
The reason I've been able to sit here on this floor is because of my good friend Bill Gates. And once again, we want to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. During the Gates Automotive Fast Start Sale, choose from 100 2019 Chevy Cruze vehicles for just $14,988 while supplies last. Special finance terms are available, so hurry in for the best choices and color at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy, or Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, or Gates Advantage. For more information, www.gatesautomotive.com. And once again, I want to thank them for their support of our broadcast here today. Taking a look at these teams, Mark, first of all, Spring Arbor comes in averaging 76 a game, giving up 73. They're out-rebounding their opponents 33-30. They're shooting 75% from the charity stripe. And here's where they're so efficient. They're the third best shooting team in America from the field. They're shooting 51% from the field, 37% from three-point range, 11.5 turnovers, 13.5 assists, 4 steals, and 2 block shots. Now, let's compare those numbers for the home team on the scoreboard here today. By the way, the Pilots are 9-1 in the last 10 meetings against Spring Arbor, this being the 79th meeting all-time. Pilots lead the all-time series 42-36. Pilots average 96, give up 84. They're out-rebounding their opponents 43-36. It's just another case in point about that rebounding battle. If the Pilots win the rebounding battle, they're 14-2. When they lose the rebound battle, they're 5-3. They're basically mortal at that point in time. Pilots are shooting 75%, or check that, 70% from the charity stripe, 48% from the field, 39% from three-point range, averaging 18 assists, 12 turnovers, 7.5 steals, and 2.5 block shots per ball game. So those are the comparative numbers between these two teams. So certainly at this stage, it should be an interesting matchup. Pilots are 16-18 at Spring Arbor. However, here in this building, they are 22-14. Of course, earlier in the season at the McDonald Athletic Center, the Pilots won 91-89. And of course, in that particular ball game, it was Travion Cruz going off for 39 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Grant Galen had 10. Max Newman had 8 and 8, respectively. Philippe Segota had a great game, 9 points, 4 rebounds. And in that first matchup between the two teams, it was Paul Marinette going off for 28, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. And a guy I think is one of the most underrated players in the league, that's 6'4" junior Peyton DeWilt. DeWilt had 20 points and 6 rebounds. Also another underrated guy, and that's Jeff Beckham. I love the way he plays. Jeff Beckham had 17.7 rebounds and 5 assists the first time these two teams met. So I think each one of these teams has the weapons to do it. They certainly have the stars to do it. They certainly have the coaches to do it. But I think it's going to come down to one of those unsung heroes that make sports such a special situation, and we're going to see that here tonight at the Gates Gymnasium. We're going to head on over to Brian Miller here momentarily, but before we do that, let's go over here to Coach Mark Gardner with our keys to the game.
Well, Paul, you talked about Pilots being 9-1, but my guess is, probably 8 of those 10 games decided by 5 points or less. It's just one of those. So I think got to get stops. Both have a good one, guys. Both teams, both coaches talk about the importance of taking care of the ball and rebounding. You're going to have bad shooting nights, but it's so important to be able to take care of the stuff that you can, even when you're not shooting well, and that's play defense and rebound. And so I think that's going to be your key tonight. You got to, we've seen the Pilots get off to letting their opponent get offensive putbacks, and then Saturday we just saw them turn the ball over too much. Can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, season high in turnovers, and that stuff has got to stop. And I think with a new lease on life, I think they'll be able to bounce back. Let's head on down to the legendary Brian Miller for all the details and the starting lineups.
Your attention, please. Bethel University welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA, we are proud to be participants in the Champions of Character Initiative. We ask each of you to help create a positive, fun, and competitive environment by showing respect for one another. Fans, on behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel University, please enjoy tonight's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel University former Director of Tennis, Mr. John Natale, leads us in this evening's opening prayer.
Let's pray. Dear God, we just thank you for another day and for the opportunity you've given us through your goodness to enjoy the game of basketball. We ask for your protection on each of these athletes tonight as they play the game that they love. We ask that you give all the spectators the spirit to support their team in a manner that would be encouraging to them, and may our attitudes be pleasing to you as well. We ask all these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Bethel University senior Stephen White.
Beautiful rendition by Stephen White here.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium here on the campus of Bethel University. This is the Y Camp Center. Good evening. Thank you for attending tonight's men's basketball Crossroads League matchup between the visitors, the Cougars of Spring Arbor University, and the home team, your Bethel University Pilots. Fans, tonight's official game sponsor is Mutual Bank. Let's meet the starting lineups now. First for the visitors from Spring Arbor. At one guard, a 6'4 senior from Canton, Michigan, wearing number 10, Luke Barber. Also at guard, a 6'1 senior from Warsaw, Indiana, number 11, Paul Marindet. Also at guard, a 6'2 junior from Midland, Michigan, wearing number 20, Peyton DeWilt. At a forward, a 6'7 junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 23, Brandon Durnell. And at forward, 6'6 senior from Shelby, Michigan, number 30, Jeff Beckman. Head coach of the Cougars is Ryan Cottingham.
The amount of respect shown by the Pilot coaches.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This group is off the
boys
charts.
And girls, BC fans of all ages and White Camp Wackos, it's time. Let me hear you. Here's the starting lineup now for the home team, your Bethel University Pilots. At one guard, a 6' senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 2, Keontae Jenkins. At forward, he's 6'6" and a freshman from Valparaiso, Indiana, number 15, Nathan Ertz. And another guard for BU, a 6' sophomore from Trafalgar, Indiana, number 22, Jared DeHart. Also at guard for your Pilots, he's 6 foot, a junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, wearing number 24 in honor of the late, great Kobe Bryant. Here's number 24, Trevion Cruz. And the man in the middle, he's a center, a freshman at 6'8", from Monrovia, Indiana, number 25, Maxwell Newman. Bethel coaches are Mark Paulsgrove, Alex Daniel, Will Abbott, with managers Elijah Andrews, Danny Bracey, and Micah Gabler. Head coach of your Pilots in his first season, a 2004 Belmont graduate, is Steve Draven.
All right, there are the details here today. As always, the Cougars guys come by and give you a fist pump. Pure class. Dark blue jerseys, blue shorts, gold numbers trimmed in white. That will be with SAU written in white. And, of course, the Pilots decked out gray shorts, gray jerseys, blue numbers trimmed in white, Bethel written in white on the front. They do it right, Mark.
Only team in that we ever broadcast that comes by to give us a fist bump before the game. And, yeah, these are guys that you want to go out to a restaurant and see them interact with the people, and you want your kids to grow up to be like this.
Here's Maxwell Newman tipping the ball out here, and now Cruz has the ball. Trevion goes right side to Ertz, deep right corner now to Jenkins. Back to Cruz, top of the circle down. Here is the ball on the underside wing to Ertz. Back to KJ. KJ dribbles left, goes inside to Newman, and the ball went off of Brandon Durnell out of bounds.
They're fortunate there. Durnell was simply chasing Ertz, who happened to be clearing out, and he didn't realize the pass was coming.
Ertz to inbound the ball to the left of the lane, underneath his own goal, goes to Cruz. Cruz drives back out here to Max Newman. Max back out to DeHart at the point. DeHart angles to the left side wing. Now back to the top. And a shot. I goes a slip and roll. Max Newman missed a wide open layup.
He's got to go up strong. It's a great screen slip and a good find by DeHart. You got to finish.
Ball here on the right side now. DeWilt gives way now here to Beckham. Now check that. Luke Barber, Now back over to Beckham. Beckham at the top. Looks. Goes inside to Brandon Durnell. Durnell takes him to school. And that's going to be there all night long. 2-0 Cougars.
Yeah, Beckman with a good bounce pass. Big to big post entry pass and a good finish. There's another slip by Maxwell.
And this time Maxwell scores and ties up the ball game at 2-2.
So early on you see Spring Arbor wants to jump screens. Pilot scouted that, so Max is screening and slipping. They've rewarded him twice. He's finished once.
With the ball now, here's DeWilt. Goes to the left elbow to Marindet. Marindet matched up against KJ. Comes around a screen. Ball reversal back to Brandon Durnell. Far side wing now Beckham. Beckham deep left corner now to DeWilt. DeWilt's going to back in on Cruz. Turns, fakes, shoots, shot no good. Rebound, Maxwell Newman of Bethel. Now here's Dehart on the push out. Dehart drives, fakes, ball reversal back to Newman. Newman down the lane, goes to Ertz on the far wing. Nathan Ertz drives on the left side, missed the shot. Rebound, Jeff Beckham. That's the one that Nate's got a score on.
A good drive, but I didn't like the fact that 4 Pilots are backpedaling.
Now here is the ball to the top. Now Brandon Durnell, his three-point shot. Ricochets long now to Travion Cruz. Cruz wearing number 24, comes around a screen right, looks, comes back out to the top to KJ. KJ, right elbow, shot from 16, no. Rebound, Jeff Beckham for Spring Arbor. 2-2 ball game here, 2 minutes in. Ball on the far side, now Beckham.
Good
now
hand.
goes to Marindette, and KJ with a nice play defensively to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a good bounce pass. KJ just worked his way over the top and got the ball side hand in the way.
Marindette to inbound. The ball goes to the far side. Now here to DeWilt. Back out to the top of the ring now to Luke Barber. Luke, a 6'4", 190-pound senior. Goes now here to Durnell. Brandon looks for the handoff on the dribble. Gives now. Nope. Comes over here to the right side now to DeWilt. DeWilt, jab. Comes back out here. Shot clock winding down. Here's Durnell. Durnell with a drive inside the lane. Oh, and he finishes with a layup. 4-2. Brandon Durnell has all 4 of the team's points.
Newman gets beat off the dribble. Ertz was right there to take a charge. He just stepped out of the way to give up the uncontested layup.
And now here is Cruz with the basketball. Pull up 14-footer off the rim. No good. Newman deflects the ball. And then everybody's on the floor. And the Cougars come out of it. Brandon Durnell has won that hustle war. Gets it over on the far side wing now to Beckham. Beckham. Now comes to Marindette at the left elbow. Back to Beckham. He jabs. Travel with the basketball.
The refs call that a lot these days. Women's basketball, men's basketball, high school basketball. We're seeing that a lot on the pump fake.
Pilots a 4-2 trailer here, 17:05. Brandon Durnell scoring both of the points for the Cougars. Here's Cruz, drives down the lane, kick back out here to Dehart. Dehart now inside to Newman. Newman fakes, looks, shoots, scores. Max Newman with 2 field goals. And it's the 2 big guys doing the work tonight for their respective teams.
Yeah, I didn't like that look. I thought Dehart threw it from 5 feet to a guy who was 6 feet away, but after a couple spins, Maxwell was able to knock it down.
Back over here on the right side. Ball in the hands of Beckham. Beckham finds Marindette. Marindette flares out. Now comes back out to the far side. Beckham, his 18-footer, no good. Rebound, Keontae Jenkins of Bethel University. Here's KJ over the timeline now. Stops, angles past the dribble, slices through the defense, throws it over to Cruz, and
Macy Heimlich.
turnover.
Yep, Macy Heimlich was there in the front row, didn't catch and shoot. KJ with the no-look pass, and about 5 feet too far in front of Travion.
She's got the range from out there if she wants.
She could have shot it if she was ready. I'm disappointed. It's the cleanest look she'd have gotten all night.
And here's Paul Marindette now on the walk. Underhands it over here to Durnell, and Durnell comes back to the point now here to Peyton DeWilt. Wilt goes to the far side now to Barber.
Pilot
now to the elbow.
Zone.
Now they go into the low post. Back over to the right side. Brandon Durnell shot well off the mark. Rebound ricochets into the hands of Jared Dehart. By the way, Jared Dehart goes inside now to Newman. He fakes, shoots, scores from the left block. Max Newman has scored all 6 of the Bethel points, and it's now 6-4 in favor of the Pilots, their first lead of the evening.
Max now 3 of 4, and he's getting good looks down there. It's
Here's
a nice
Marindette
crossover.
with the drive. A shot no good. Brandon Durnell grabs the rebound, tosses it back out here. Ball in the near wing. Luke Barber shot in and out no good. Rebound, Jared Dehart. Up court quickly to Newman. Max hits the trailer. Travion Cruz for 3. Oh, it goes in and out no good. And now here's Marindette on the push out. Pilots looking to run at every opportunity. Here's a drive by DeWilt. Inside, left hand shot no good. Rebound. Now here's to Dehart. Dehart on the push out. Jared through traffic was fouled.
Yeah, a little hip check there by D. Wilt. Much needed media timeout as Travion's tired. Maxwell's tired.
And with 15-16 to go here in this first half of play, we have our first media timeout. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, it is at the pace
when you walk into the
that the Cougars won.
Successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Discover better banking at Teachers Credit Union. More than 300,000 already have. They know better banking means better rates on savings, loans, and mortgages, and being treated like more than a number. At TCU, you don't have to be a teacher to enjoy better banking, just someone who enjoys personal attention and solid financial solutions. Go to tcunet.com/betterbanking to learn more. TCU, better rates, better service, better banking. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA and will an equal housing opportunity. NMLS number.
Paul Condry along with Mark Gardner, 15-16, who was at our media timeout. Certainly the pace that the Cougars want to play at, Mark, even though it's been up and down the floor, though.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The score's at their pace, but I don't know if the game's at their pace. You know, they're 2 of 9 from the floor. Pilots are 3 of 8. So it's definitely up and down tempo, but scoring 6-4 is exactly what they want.
Here is the Pilots basketball. Here's Jared Dehart. Free throw goes inside to Newman. Newman with a turnaround 12-footer. Got the shooter's roll. And just like that, it is a 8-4 Max Newman lead.
He's now 4 of 5 from the floor. Give him the ball, get out of his way.
Ball here's Darnell, hands it off to DeWilt. Wilt to the top, now to Marendette.
Pilots back to man-to-man defense.
Marendette, wrap around here. Nice play by Max Newman defensively. And then back over here is Travion Cruz with the steal. Cruz over the timeline now. Into the forecourt wing right. Gives it off now to Jared Dehart. Dehart at the top of the ring now.
Got to go back down to Newman. He's got DeWilt on him. Clear out and give him the ball.
Here is Jared Dehart with a drive down the lane, and he scores the left-handed layup to give the Pilots a 10-4 advantage, their largest of the lead.
Yeah, and that was that switch. Dehart had Kaminsky guarding him and saw on the switch, so he went to the rack. Same switch down here in this end now.
Brandon Darnell had it slapped away by Travion Cruz as he tried to take advantage of the mismatch. Keontae Jenkins with a pull-up 3, no good. A rebound ripped out of there by Peyton DeWilt. DeWilt now gives it off to Marendette, and then Marendette holds his left hand out and says, slow it down, gents.
Yeah, that's a good look for KJ, but I just like the Pilots are getting to the rim at will, pounding the ball inside.
Darnell out here on the right wing. Had the ball knocked away into the hands of Marendette. Marendette drives, shoots the shot, no good.
We're going to get the flop warning, I think.
Here's Max Newman on the near wing. Hits the trailer now. Keontae Jenkins. Jenkins with the shake and bake. Now goes to Ertz in the deep left corner. Ertz, the long 3, no good. Rebound tracked down by Peyton DeWilt. The Midland High School Michigan product is over the timeline now. Now goes into the far corner. A little jab fake here by Barber. Goes inside now to Marendette. Marendette with a shot. No, they're going to toss it out here on the near side now. Long 3-point shot by Barber off the rim. No good. Max Newman the rebound. Cougars having a cold night.
Newman now with 8 points, 3 rebounds, but Pilots have settled for back-to-back 3-point attempts. They've got to get to the rim.
Here is Cruz driving, pulling up from 14, and couldn't get the shooter's roll. And now it's Marendette over the timeline now. Paul at the top, drives down the right side of the lane, and he kicked it, and they're going to call a foul on Keontae Jenkins. Jenkins will come out of the ball game now. Life Granville will come in. Philip Segota will come into the ball game now, and also checking out will be who else is going out? Max Newman, excuse me. Cougars are making some substitutions now. There's Tyler Kaminsky, a 6'7 sophomore from Edina High School. Here's Marendette backing in.
Denver Cade,
a Buckley High School Michigan product.
There's the 3 from the corner from Barber. He didn't even think that was going in. He chased it down and it dropped in.
That's the 64 triple of the season for him. 12-4. Here's Dehart. Free throw line pull-up, shot on the way, no. Rebound, Paul Marendette. It deflected out of his hands into the hustling Life Granville. Here's a pass inside by Nathan Ertz. His shot no good. Rebound, a foul, I believe, and Ertz will go to the line.
And Life gets the rebound just by hanging out. Too many times tonight we've seen Pilots all backpedal on shot attempts. Life hung around there, and he got a loose ball that fell right into his hands.
Our coverage of college basketball here today at Bethel University, presented in part by our good friend Eric Gunther and State Farm Insurance. If you think about the people who really get you, like your favorite sportscaster, your sports writer, who knows you need your wings dry rub and with ranch dressing, or just go give my good friend Eric Gunther a call at State Farm Agent. He's doing it better than anybody else. He's here to help you understand your life and help protect what's important to you. So call Eric today at 574-291-1597. I promise you'll get to know you, get to know if you need your wings dry rub or with ranch or with blue cheese. It doesn't make a difference. But one thing about it is Nathan Ertz missed 2 free throws.
Yeah, I've played basketball there. He can knock down free throws too. So take care of your insurance and knock down freebies.
And now here's Marendette at the top of the ring now looking. Now goes over here to the right side now to Kaminsky. Kaminsky sets up a screen, and then goes back door and scores. And a foul call.
That's a good call by the official. Segota was late coming over, and he didn't let Kaminsky land. He leaned into him. That's a good call.
And now going to the line will be Kaminsky. Kaminsky has not shot a free throw this entire season.
That was very fundamental. I told you in pregame, Paul. These guys are going to play discipline. Set the screen, roll to the basket, finish off the glass.
The right-handed free throw. Whoa, fully short. And that's an air ball. So mark him 0 for 1 on the year.
And he does what every good basketball player does. He wipes his hands on his shirt like it was a sweaty hand syndrome. Coach Cottingham laughing at him, giving him a thumbs up down there.
And here's the ball inside now to Segota at the right elbow. Back to live Granville. Granville drives,
good
cut
defense.
off. Now looks for some help. DeHart inside now here to Segota. Segota was fouled going to the rack.
Paul, when they go to the rack, they're either scoring or going to the foul line. There's no reason to shoot three-pointers at this point tonight.
So Segota on the season at the charity stripe, 61%. As I alluded to in the open, Phillip had 9 points and 4 rebounds in the first game against Spring Arbor. His right-handed shot is perfect. Now Bethel has an 11-9 lead at the 11:53 mark.
Foul was whistled on Kate. That's his first, team's third foul.
One more for 45, and that one is no good. So he was 1 for 2. The Pilots, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, 1 for 3.
1 for 4.
1 for 4.
Yeah, Ertz missed 2.
And now here's Marindette matched up against Granville. Free throw line, looks far side wing. On the dribble, cutting through things is Beckman. Back out to the top now. Kaminsky, his three-point shot, good. Tyler Kaminsky, his 14th triple of the year. And the Cougars are back in front at 12-11.
Yeah, and Kaminsky got away with a little hop step jumping into that one, but Phillips got to keep his feet. He can't leave his feet on that pump fake in the baseline.
Cruz with the pass over here now to DeHart. DeHart free throw line, looks, travels, throws it over here to Cruz. Cruz double team, he's going to back in. Fadeaway 16-footer, good. Travion Cruz gives his team the lead back. That's his first field goal of the ball game, and it comes 9 minutes in.
Here's the answer from Barber for 3.
Good. Making it 15-13. And Steve Draven is going to take a timeout. Doesn't like the scenario. Our coverage today being presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group.
The Gates Automotive Group has 5 locations across Michiana. They have all types of vehicles at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Elkhart, Gates of Granger, and Gates Advantage. For more information, the website's www.gatesautomotive.com. So Cruz knocks down his first bucket, toughest shot of the night he's had, and then you don't get back on defense. You know, as a team, you have to get back. More importantly, you have to know where Barber's at. And you got to find him in transition. He's knocked down 2 triples now. Pilots it's those little things that are going to get you.
Since the media timeout, the Cougars have outscored the Pilots 11-5, thus erasing that 6-point Pilot deficit. On the floor is Dylan Sheehy along with Travion Cruz, Live Granville, Max Newman, and Jared DeHart.
But look at that scoring, Paul. Remember, wasn't it 6-4 during that, or 6-5, or 5-4, something like that? So now we've had 20 points scored in the next 5 minutes.
Cruz with a pass inside now to Newman. Newman turns, shoots the 12-footer, and scores, giving the Pilots a tie now at 15-15.
10 points, 3 rebounds for Max in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Back out to the top now. Marindette drives down the right side gate and missed the shot. And Newman with another rebound. Here's the ball in the hands of Cruz. Cruz looking for help, backs it out. Goes to DeHart. DeHart waiting for a cutter.
Go baseline, give him a bounce pass.
DeHart looking for some help. DeHart, number 5 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. Here's Dylan Sheehy on the far wing. Back out to DeHart. 10 on the shot clock. DeHart drives, looks for some help. Off-balance foot shot on the way, no good. Not a good shot, but Barber's there with the rebound. Up court quickly to Marindette. Marindette hits the trailer. Back out here is Barber for 3. Shot no good. Rebound inside by Jeff Beckman. And then back out here into the corner. Now over to the far side now Barber. Barber, foul line extended left over there to DeWilt. Back out to the top Marindette. Shot from 19, good. Cougars 17, Pilots 15, 9:42 to go first half.
Much like Cruz, Marindette started 0 of 3, but he knocked down that one. Good hand by Dylan Sheehy. It didn't affect him, though.
Cruz around the left elbow, no dribbles. Shoots the 18-foot shot straight on. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Jeff Beckman. Now a ball into the hands of Marindette. Marindette drives through the lane. Back out here to Beckman. Beckman, three, got it to
Friendly roll.
go. 20-15. Cougars have their largest lead of the ball game, and it comes at the 19-14 mark.
Now, both teams have hit 7 shots. The Cougars have 4 3-pointers is the difference.
Here's Dylan Sheehy back to Life Granville. Life with a look from 3 way off the rim. Denver Cade the rebound. Pilots settling for a 3-point shot that was not necessary, especially early on in the shot clock. Here's Marindette knifing through the defense. Back over to Cade. Cade 3, no good. Rebound. Pilots, Granville gives up the rebound, and then finally picks up the foul.
There's no point in that. Life Granville's competing. He had the rebound, and Sheehy, they're going to call over the back. Oh, my. I thought Sheehy just came in and took his legs out.
Multiple substitutions for both ball games, for both ball teams here. So it'll be Ertz, Cruz, Sheehy, Newman, and Keontae Jenkins on the floor. Brandon Durnell hopped into the lineup now for SAU. Also on the floor, number 12, Connor Cottingham, the son of the head coach, Ryan Cottingham. Connor playing in his 25th game of the year. Here's Newman. Pass inside to Ertz. Ertz had a shot blocked on the way up by Beckman.
Yeah, he slapped the board and then got the ball on his way down.
Ball here in the hands of Marindette. Marindette at the top of the ring now, backs it out. Still on the look. Had it slapped away. Max Newman. Oh, my. And the ball's handled by Dylan Sheehy. Taken away by Durnell. Durnell to Cottingham for the field goal. 22-15. Sloppy basketball for both ball clubs, but the Cougars will take it.
Yeah, Cougars now with 4 turnovers, Pilots with 2, but they'll take that trade-off right there.
7-0 run since we were tied at 15-0. Here's Jenkins. Jump pass now here to Newman. Back out to Sheehy. No. Sheehy on the drive, traveled.
Yes, he did.
And a good call.
So the official over here in front of us was given the juggling sign. Official opposite called the travel.
And then we will have our media timeout. Pilots need an answer here. They are a 22-15 trailer. This is not a team you want to fall behind against, Mark. We'll be back with more right after this brief timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Manage your
So many working adults worked long and hard to get where they are, but they're stalled. That 4-year degree you worked so hard to earn isn't getting you where you were born to be. We can help, faster and more easily than you ever thought possible. Earn your MBA in. So many working adults worked long and hard to get where they are, but they're stalled. That
Sports, Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Mark, we know this. Talked to Travion Cruz before the ball game. Travion is sick.
Yeah, he doesn't have any emotion out there.
And certainly difficult situation. He is running on empty. And so I went out and talked to him prior to the ball game, and I said, hey, listen, I remember Michael Jordan scoring 63 points when he was sick, throwing up and doing everything else. And he goes, well, he's Michael Jordan. No, I'm not. I says, well, you're our Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah, right now you got Spring Arbor shooting 41% from the floor. The Pilots shooting 35%. Spring Arbor 4 of 9 from downtown. The Pilots 0 of 4. Spring Arbor out-rebounding Bethel 17-12. Bethel with 1 offensive rebound, and that just fell into Life's hands. It wasn't an actual earned rebound, in my opinion. So
Marindette here at the top, fakes a pass, goes here to Beckman. Beckman on the drive, pull up 14-footer, couldn't get it to go.
Another
Brandon Durnell got ahead of Max Newman, and Newman gave up the rebound, and it's now 24-15.
Yeah, Max has 10 points, 4 rebounds, but you've got every possession you got to box out.
Especially against this team. Here's Ertz with the ball, comes back out to Jenkins. Keontae fakes, spins, shoots with the right hand, left it woefully short. A rebound ripped out of there by Jeff Beckman.
And that'll be foul number 2 on Keontae. Keontae has got to quit with the facial expressions and the hands up. He's just not winning any friends, not going to get any calls, the officials.
Jared Dehart will come out of the ball game now as Jenkins picks up his second foul. That comes here at the 7:19 mark. Though we may not see him, Pilots are going to try to
full court press here,
bring some of the heat. Now here's Peyton DeWilt. DeWilt over the timeline now, goes deep right corner to Cottingham. Cottingham back out here on the near wing, now to DeWilt. To Durnell on the far side wing. Brandon Durnell hands it off to Cottingham. He tries to fight over the screen, does so. Cottingham goes right side now here to DeWilt. Now to Marindette on the right wing. Marindette is going to fake. He's going to throw it inside, and Mac. Nice job by Nathan Ertz to knock it off of Jeff Beckman.
Yeah, good slip by Beckman, but I thought Marindette forced that pass. I didn't think it was there, and Nate had good hands. Turnover number 4 on the Cougars.
Here's Cruz now over the timeline now here on the near wing. Cruz drives through, kicks back out to Newman. Newman with a wide open 3, no good. Dylan Sheehy with the tip in. That's finding money in the parking lot right there, Mark.
It's amazing what happens when you hang around and try and compete for a rebound instead of backpedaling, Paul.
24-17. That's the second offensive rebound of the night?
Yeah, and I'd much rather Travion shoot the contested 5-footer than Maxwell shooting a triple.
Cottingham back out here to the far side wing now to Marindette. Marindette asking for a screen, still on the look, going against Sheehy. Goes here to the right side now to Beckman.
Good
Beckman
defense.
Looking for some help. Marindette steps out.
Don't reach.
Looks for some help. Deep right corner now.
2.
Fadeaway shot here as the horn is sounding. No good. On the look by Jeff Beckman. Now here's Cruz. Goes left side now to Dehart. Dehart. And he is fouled by Connor Cottingham.
Officials are rewarding you for attacking the basket. It's 5 fouls now on the guess, but you just have to keep attacking.
Like Max Newman checks out. Segota will. As it'll be Ertz to inbound the ball to the left of the lane. Looking for some help. He sends Segota to set a screen back here to Cruz. Cruz in the corner. Back out here to Dehart. Dehart goes right side to Ertz. Ertz thinks about it. Now goes to Cruz. Cruz steps back, loads up the 19-footer. Left it woefully short. Rebound ricochets into the hands of Peyton DeWilt. Now here's the ball in the hands of Marindette. Marindette pull up 14-footer, got it to roll. 26-17. Cougars, 5:35 to go.
Yeah, if you're Spring Arbor, you'll take Travion fading away from 18 feet all day long.
Here's Cruz to the lane, and he scores. He got a quick burst of energy there. 5:25 to go in the half. Pilots a 7-point trailer. Cruz now with 4.
Yeah, they're shot sharp, Paul. All 9 buckets have been within about 5 feet of the basket.
For the Pilots.
Yeah, Travion had the one fadeaway, was the only. There's Kaminsky, no good. Dillon getting another rebound. Up and over Darnell.
Ball into the hands of Jared Dehart. Dehart near side wing. Marked by Marindette back over here. Cruz on the far wing. Cruz matched up against Luke Barber. Hedges off a screen, comes here in between the rings.
You got Phil. There you go.
Over here to Dylan Sheehy. Sheehy, no. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah.
Just because you're open?
That's right. Yeah, he's gonna.
You're shooting 25% from three-point range.
Shot clock didn't reset. Yeah.
That's just being selfish.
And Paul,
plain and simple.
I would tell my players, Paul. I would tell my players that they say, "Coach, I was open." I said, "There's a reason you're open. The other team scouted us. I mean, if you're not going to knock down that triple, you've got 6 on the season. You've got 6 3-pointers in the season, so we're 20 games in, and the other team's going to give you that shot and pack it in lane, especially when you're shooting as a team tonight. All your shots inside the lane.
Marindette with the ball, matched up against Granville. Back out to the top now here to Barber. Over here on the right side, Kaminsky, wrap around to the low post now to Brandon Darnell.
Gotta help
Darnell with a right-handed shot, good over Phillips Segota. That makes it 28-19.
Yeah, and Phil Passano, he wants to go right, but somebody else has got a double on the left side.
There's a pass inside to Segota for a field goal. He comes back and answers it.
And he's bleeding. He took a shoulder on that shot by Darnell last time, so he's bleeding from the mouth.
Now here's Marindette at the top, drive, stops, hesitates, creates separation, and then knocks down the 14-footer pass. Life Granville, 30-21, 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
And I like Life. He's a good defender, but that's a tough matchup.
Yes, it is. Cruz with the basketball. Now back over here to Ertz into the corner now to Granville. Granville back to Cruz at the top. Cruz drives down the lane, shoots and scores, and a foul call.
Get to the basket. That's going to be Darnell picking up the foul. It'll be his first, team 6th.
Last time these two teams met, Cruz, 39 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
Yeah, this shot chart that I'm looking at, just a whole bunch of white dots outside of 7 to 10 feet.
Marindette, who, as Cruz is able to knock down the free toss, that makes it a 6-point ball game.
The big fella, Daniel Cluster, the 6'11 sophomore checking in.
Travion Cruz who came into the ballgame with 1,191 points, has now
5 on the evening.
5.
So used to looking up the board and seeing him up at the top, but now he's changed jersey numbers. So
back over here here's Marindette. It goes to the far side now, here to Beckman. Beckman gives over here to Marindette. Marindette shake and bakes, backs it out. Marindette backing in on Granville. Creates separation and knocks down the 15-footer. 32-24, 3:15 to go here. Marindette now with 8. 3 more, and he's going to join the 2,000 club. Here's Granville at the top now. Jab steps, drives.
That's a charge.
Shot on the way, and a traveling call on live Granville. Trying to do too much.
Yeah, he absolutely is lucky he didn't get called for an elbow up high.
Spring Arbor takes a timeout. That certainly will help Travion Cruz catch his breath. 32-24, our coverage of college buckets today being presented in part by our friends at Cubit Networks. In a world where cybercrime is continually on the rise, Cubit Networks is there to help you with the necessary tools to keep your digital assets and environment safe. Cubit Networks takes computer security seriously, and so should you. For more information, 219-324-9900, or visit them on the web at www.qubitnet.com. Also, our coverage today being presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group. Stop by any of the 5 Gates Automotive locations now and choose from 100 2019 Chevy Cruises for just $14,988. These low mileage, like new vehicles, include factory warranty and are eligible for the 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy, or Gates of Granger, or Gates of Elkhart, or Gates Advantage while supplies last. For more information, go to gatesautomotive.com. Mark your impressions here at the timeout here at 3:05 in the second with the Cougars 32-24 leaders.
If you're Spring Arbor, you have to be happy right now. Bethel's taking shots from guys who probably shouldn't be shooting. They're forcing that play right there. If the shot clock's winding down, Life's got to attack the basket, but there's plenty of time. He just put his head down, and I thought he charged to the defender before he got called for the travel.
Gabe Johnson checks into the ball game now.
Pilots 0 of 6 from three-point range, Paul.
Yeah.
When was the last time they had 0 3-pointers?
Well, first of all, this is the number 4 3-point field goal shooting team in the country. With a basketball now here, well, Keontae Jenkins is on the bench with 2 fouls. Grant Galen is unavailable. Here is Marindette matched up against Granville. Turns, shoots, shot no good.
Yeah,
and Marindette having a he didn't get the call. Here is Dehart with a pull-up 16-footer, no good. Rebound, Ertz. Now back to Dehart. Dehart with a wide-open 3, knocks this one down. The first Pilot triple of the evening comes with 2:26 to go in the first half. It's a 32-27 Cougar advantage.
And that's his first three-point attempt, and Travion's only taken 1 tonight.
Ball over here on the right side. Now here is Beckman backing in. Beckman double team. Back out here to Barber. Barber launches the 3 and answers the 3. 35-27, 2:02 to go.
So right idea by DeHart, but terrible defense. You got to reach, play a little cat and mouse. You can't just turn your back on a shooter and sell out and go for the steal.
Here's Gabe Johnson, deep left corner now, looking for some help. Still on the look. Underhands it out to Ertz, back to Dehart. Dehart with a floater from 18, in and out, no good. A rebound into the hands of the Cougars, Jeff Beckman.
Yeah, this isn't a lineup that we're used to seeing out here for the Pilots, and so Jared feels like he's got to carry him offensively.
And now here, keep in mind the Pilots do not have the services of Nick Pluta, don't have the services of Gavin Rassler, don't have the services of Grant Galen, either injured or out with the flu. Also, Travion Cruz is sick with the flu. There's a pass to the right elbow now.
3,
Shot
2.
clock winding down. Here's a spinner by Beckman. Shot no good. A rebound. Segota. Here's the push out. Granville over the timeline now. Hits Dehart. Dehart on the far wing. Drives down the lane. Jump pass to Gabe Johnson. Back out to Ertz. Ertz with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3-point bomb. A much needed field goal for Nathan Ertz from 3-point range. And for Nathan on the year, his 12th of the year, and that was as big as he shot all year long.
Yeah, he is shooting 0 for 5 from the floor tonight, and that's a big triple right there. Pilots go 2-3 zone here this last possession defensively.
Here's a Marindette with the basketball. Marindette driving. Jump pass inside, off-bound shot, no good. Gabe Johnson, the rebound.
Yeah, if you're Spring Arbor, you want Marindette to shoot that. You don't want him passing that.
Here's Dehart on the wing right. Looking, Dehart on the drive, shovels it out to Gabe Johnson. Gabe with a spinner ram to the goal, and he scores! Pilots within 35-32 with 22.5 seconds to go. Gabe Johnson with a field goal.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that has not gotten a lot of opportunity this year, but I think he's going to be special when it's all said and done.
Here is Marindette at the top now. Marindette with the drive.
Got to double that.
Shot inside. Segota gives up the field goal, making it 37-32. Here's Dehart, three-quarter cut shot on the way, no good. 37-32, our score here at the intermission. We'll get a thought here from Mark Polsgrove, but once again, the Pilots 37-32 trailer at the intermission. Just to make a case in point, when the Pilots are trailing at the half, they are 5-3. When they're leading at the half, they're 14-2. Fix it. Fix it, Mark. Fix it right now.
Yeah. You're 19-5 when you're leading at the end, though.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
All right, first of all, there's nothing you can do about the controllables. You've got guys out of the lineup. Gavin Rassler's out of the lineup. Nick Pluta's out of the lineup. You've got Grant out of the lineup, and you got Travion, who's sick as a dog. So certainly give credit to the guys who are out there who are truly getting after it.
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job once again starting off the game. Defensively being locked in, we did a good job rebounding, and then 4 minutes in, they start to get a couple offensive rebounds and went on their run. But yeah, I'm really proud of the guys for how much they're battling right now, especially after they went on their little run. We've battled back. We're continuing to play hard, and we'll just keep on getting better.
Give us an idea on the mental state of this basketball team right now. Or maybe, should I say, not the mental, the emotional state of this basketball team right now with all the injuries. And really, it's the first time you guys have faced some adversity all year.
Yeah, I think we've responded pretty well to that. Guys know that they've got to play. Guys know that they got to step up and play a bigger role, but still play within themselves and not try to get outside of their game and force things that will end up hurting us.
What has concerned you the most from the Spring Arbor standpoint?
I think Marindette's been getting easy shots way too easy. Just getting in the lane and then being able to raise up over our guys.
All right, go fix that stuff, and we'll see you.
All right, thanks.
All right, once again, Mark Polsgrove, Bethel assistant coach. We'll be back with more of Pilots basketball. 37-32 in favor of the visitors from the Wolverine State / the Spartan State. By the way, I want to wish best of luck to my good friend Mark D'Antonio, who decided that he was going to call it quits today, and certainly I want to wish him best of luck as he moves forward. One of the really neatest guys I've ever been around.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities, but they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred, and still they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves.
When you spend your days lighting fires instead of putting them out, inspiring everyone around you, investing in eternity, and knowing this is what you were born to be.
Basketball here today from the Gage Gymnasium, being presented in part by First Source Bank. First Source Bank is excited about hearing Bethel students and alumni too. Check out your partners from the First at www.firstsource.com. First Source Bank, proud supporter, Bethel University Athletics, right here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. And once again, I think they're just announcing the Ron Paulson Award.
Correct. Yes.
We'll get you some of the details on that. Once again, our score here at the intermission, 35-32. The score was tied 3-time lead, changed hands 4 times. Of course, Spring Arbor, who is ranked receiving votes in the most recent NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. Pilots ranked number 11. And, of course, we want to take a quick timeout, come back, and we'll continue on. We'll have our first half analysis and stat update, and we'll go to our interview with Jared Dehart after the 30-second timeout on Regional Radio Sports. Hi, this is serving Indiana residents since 1985. Centier Bank remains committed to supporting students, schools, and families. Centier Bank is a proud sponsor of the Regional Radio Sports Network Performer of the Week in recognition of outstanding athletes. Visit Centier.com today to view this week's featured athlete. Centier Bank, member FDIC. Welcome back here at the half. Jared Dehart spending time with us as we have our player profile this evening. Jared, first of all, let's just kind of talk about where you guys are at right now with this basketball team. If I would have told you prior to the season that through the first 24 games or 25 games, whatever it is, that you'd be where you're at right now with 19 wins, what would you say?
I don't know what I would say, but, I mean, the guys are playing well, and we're winning games, so I'm happy.
Give us an idea on how the role has changed for you this year compared to last year.
It's kind of been up and down. Last year I was a lot of sitting in the corner, spot up shooting, but this year it's a little different. Trying to get back healthy, battling some sickness and some injuries and stuff, but it's more just being a playmaker, continuing to spot up shoot and get better on the defensive end, but yeah, I'd say mainly just more playmaking.
Well, one very, very important stat, you are number 5 in the country in assist to turnover ratio at 3.8. That means you're doing a great job of protecting the ball and making good decisions. Just tell me about your ability to do that. What's the reason for it? Is it because you're a little bit more cognizant, you're more comfortable in your role? What do you think?
I don't like turning the ball over at all, but just trying to stay within myself, be solid, and make the right plays, really.
When you look at some of the guys that you're on the floor with, Keontae Jenkins, Travion, Grant, and those are just 3 guys that you're playing out there on the perimeter with. Can you talk about how each one of their skill set complements your skill set?
Yeah, I mean, Cruz and Keontae, more fast, really good playmakers. Grant, a playmaker also, but can just shoot the lights out of it. So it makes it easy, really, playing with those guys. They make the game easy. So, yeah.
Give us an idea on the transition from the old coaching staff to this year's coaching staff. That's always the scariest thing for athletes is, okay, what are we going to get when I get in here? I'm sure there was some anxious moments during the summer before Steve got here. It's like, do I stick around? Am I going to hang around through this? And just talk about that, some of those dynamics that went into your mind.
Yeah, definitely, whole new staff, didn't know what to expect really, but they got in here, put their system in, and it's been working well for us. I like the system we play in. And it works. We've been winning games, so can't complain.
All right, final thought as you move forward. What would it mean to you for this team to be able to, once again, get another trip to go to the National Tournament Series?
It would mean a lot. It's an honor to go out there and play, but this year we want to go out there and win some games. We went out there and got beat in the first round the past couple of years, so really want to go out there and win some games.
Final thought, health situation. Are you ready to go today?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. Knock 'em dead today, man.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Once again, thanks to Jared Dehart. Let's take a look at Jared on the air. 19 games, 12 starts. The 6', 165-pound sophomore from Indian Creek High School is averaging 6.6 a game, averaging 2.4 rebounds, 69% from the line, 39% from the field. He's a 28% three-point shooter with 17 triples coming into today's game. Also averaging 3.2 assists, 1 turnover, and 14 steals. Before we take a quick look around the league, first of all, this is what is happening. First of all, 8th-ranked Marion is taking on 6th-ranked Mount Vernon Nazarene. Huntington is down at the Gundon Gymnasium to take on the Goshen College Maple Leafs. 21st-ranked St. Francis is on the road at Indiana Wesleyan. And tomorrow, the Wednesday the 5th, it'll be Taylor at Grace. Taking a look at the Crossroads League standings here on this 3rd of February. Indiana Wesleyan at 10-2 is in first. Marion, ranked 8th, is at 9-3. Then we have a three-way tie for 3rd. Bethel, St. Francis, and Grace all at 7-5 respectively. Then we have two teams in the middle there, Mount Vernon and Spring Arbor at 6-6. Taylor's at 5-7. Huntington is at 3-9, and Goshen is winless in league play. Let's go over here to Coach Gardner, because not only does he have some halftime scores, he has our halftime stats. Coach, take it away.
All right, let's go with the stats here, then we'll get the scores, because I'm waiting on one more here to get to the half. So the visitors shooting 15 of 34 from the field, 44%. They are 5 of 12 from three-point range, 42%. They are 0 of 1 from the foul line. Rebounds, they have 21 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. 7 assists, 3 turnovers. Individually, Darnell, 4 of 6 from the floor, 8 points, 3 turnovers. Beckman, 1 of 6 from the field, 3 points, 9 rebounds. Luke Barber, 3 of 6 from the floor, all 3-point attempts, 9 points, 1 rebound. Marindette is 4 of 8 from the field, 8 points, 4 rebounds. He started 0 of 3, so he hit 4 of his last 5 shots. DeWilt missed both of his shots, 3 rebounds. Cunningham had 2 points on 1 of 1 from the floor. Cade had a rebound. Cluster was 0 of 1 from the floor, and Kaminsky came in, knocked down 2 of 3 shots, including a triple, 5 points. So, Barber hasn't taken a 2-point attempt, so you have to close out on him, make him put the ball on the floor. And Marindette, started off cool, but then he warmed up. For the Pilots, they're 14 of 33, 43%, 2 of 8 from three-point range, 25%. They're 2 of 5 from the foul line, 40%. 19 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end, 6 assists, only 3 turnovers. Nathan Ertz, 1 of 5 from the floor, but it was a big triple, 8.5, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Maxwell Newman, 5 of 7, 10 points, 4 rebounds, but that all came in the first 9 minutes of the half. Keontae Jenkins, 0 of 3 from the floor. He has 1 rebound, sitting with 2 fouls. Jared Dehart, 2 of 5 from the floor, including a triple, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Travion Cruz, 3 of 8 from the floor, 7 points, 2 rebounds, no assists. Dylan is 1 of 2 from the field. He's got 2 points and 2 rebounds. Life is 0 of 1 from the floor. He did grab 3 rebounds. Gabe Johnson, 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 points and a rebound. Philip Segota, 1 of 1 from the field, 3 points and 1 rebound. Crossroads League action. Number 2, Iwu leads number 21, St. Francis, 41-40 at the half. Huntington leads Goshen, 46-36 at the half. And number 8, Marion leads number 6, Mount Vernon, 48-36 at the half.
All right, those are the details. Our score here, 37-32. Cougars, the last time these two teams met, it was a 41-40 Pilot lead at the intermission.
The hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
Every day and every night in our community, registered nurses are dispensing the most powerful medicine in the world without a prescription. Comfort, compassion, and unwavering love. Angels don't always wear wings. Some of them wear scrubs. If you're a registered nurse, thank you. And when you're ready, we'd like to help do something for you. Help you earn a BSN that will change your life forever. Faster than you ever thought possible. At Bethel University. Isn't it time to do something for yourself? Visit us right now at bu@bethel.com. A BSN from Bethel University.
From every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities, but they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Paul Condry, Mark Gardner, glad you can join us here from our broadcast locale here on Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium. The 79th meeting all time between the Bethel University Pilots and the Spring Arbor University Cougars. Longtime coach Ryan Cottingham in search of his 353rd win to go against 308 losses. Steve Draben in an opportunity here today, if he's able to secure a win today, It would be his 20th win, and if he's able to do that, he would be the quickest to 20 wins by a first-year head coach in the history of the Crossroads League. Of course, the one to do it the fastest was Chad Lacrosse back in 10 and 11, where he achieved the 20 victory plateau in 26 games. So, okay, Mark, you've had a chance to watch both teams. Who's going to do what in the second half?
And the Pilots have to contain dribble. That last possession of the half there, a little head and shoulder fake, and then just dribble right. Life Granville turns his back on the ball to run out and defend a shooter in the corner and gets a bucket shot right behind him. So Pilots have done it a couple times. DeHart turned his back on a shooter. They double down. It's a good double down, but it's got to be a cat and mouse so you can recover. And so if the Pilots don't pick it up defensively, I think they're in trouble. Obviously Travion just not himself, shooting, not getting the shots off that he normally takes. And so we'll see how that goes. But I love this team. They work hard, but I got a bad feeling about this ball. They better make some changes because I don't think Spring Arbor played real well, and yet they're up 5.
Mark, just a case in point out, in the first game between these two teams, Rassler and Galen combined for 18 points. That is out of your lineup here today. Pluto was unavailable. That was early on, right after he was injured. So that matter of fact, that may have been the first game they played without him in the lineup. Pilots, gray shorts, gray jerseys, blue numbers. They'll be moving from left to right. Spring Arbor, dark blue jerseys and the gold trim. And SAU written in white as they run the weave here at the top now. And here's the ball into the hands of Marendette. Goes to Durnell. Durnell for 3, off the rim, no good. A rebound. Nathan Ertz with a good box out.
Yeah, you'll give up that shot all day long.
And now with the basketball, DeHart stops at the free throw line, looks, goes right side now to Jenkins. Jenkins, a really quiet first half. Here's DeHart, far wing. Now goes to Ertz at the point. Back to Cruz, now to Jenkins in the corner. Jenkins flares out here on the near wings, remains on the dribble. He's going to drive, shoot, missed the shot, rebound into the hands of Jeff Beckman. Beckman now goes over here to the far side now to DeWilt. DeWilt inside now to Marendette. Marendette's going to try to pick up that third foul. He scores inside, and a foul is whistled.
Going to call.
Basket's good.
Yeah, basket's
Newman on
good. Max picks up his first foul as opposed to Key picking up his third.
Makes it 39-32 here at the 1908 match. And just with that point right there, Paul Marendette just went over the 2,000 point club. And now he's on his way. He's the 8th member of the Spring Arbor men's basketball program to achieve that historic mark. So the next guy on his list to try to knock him off the list will be Mike Folkert, who played from 2002 to 2006. Here's
KJ
Jenkins with a
for
wide
three.
open 3. Good, and a foul call. KJ locks and load from the top of the circle, and then Marendette stepped out and fouled him at the 18:52 mark. A huge play.
But see, Paul, even with that, the official's over here talking to KJ because he's on the ground yelling at Marendette. And the officials come to tell him, like, just be quiet and play ball. And he's coming over here talking to the bench. But that's based upon reputation. He may not have said anything to Marendette, but, officials have been on KJ all year about that.
40-36, a 4-point play.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic foul for Marendette there. His first, and big bucket for KJ's first bucket of the night.
Over here on the near side wing now, DeWilt. DeWilt goes into the deep left corner here to Beckman. Back over to the far side, Marendette. Marendette on the drive, leans in, shot no good, but a foul's going to be called on Keontae Jenkins.
He's got to cut off that right-hand dribble. Marendette's going to the right. That's a good call by the official. There's body down there. So you knock one down here, you talk trash, and Marendette just takes you to the rack, and you pick up your third foul.
And at the 18:35 mark, Marendette will go to the line. Number 8 all-time in Spring Arbor history. Free throw on the way is good. That makes it 41-36. Marendette averaging 19 points, 3 rebounds, 84% from the charity stripe, 55%, averages 5.8 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal in every game. And he has 17 block shots on the resume. And his second free throw good. That catapults the Cougars to a 42-36 lead.
Paul, you talked about the guys who are missing that were in that first game. Also remember, Travion had 39 that night.
Yep. Travion with the flu here. Drives inside, bounce pass inside to Nathan Ayers, and he missed a bunny.
Yeah, that's a good pass, bounce pass, and now Nate's 1 of 6 on the floor.
Arondette with a wide open pass to DeWilt, and he scores the layup. 44-36. 8-point lead here at the 18-11 mark.
You miss an easy 2 at one end, you get beat down the floor for 2 on the other end.
Over here, Ertz on the right wing now goes to Newman. Newman skip past to Live Granville on the far wing. Now goes to Ertz. Ertz on the drive past Durnell, and a foul called on Brandon Durnell as he was bodying up Nathan Ertz. That'll be the second foul on the team from the Spartan State. And now to inbound to the left of the lane will be Nathan Ertz. Comes out here to Cruz, back to Dehart. Dehart jump pass to Max Newman, and he scores the field goal. That makes it 44-38. Favor of the Cougars at the 17:47 mark.
Beckman's fortunate he called for a moving screen there.
Here's the ball at the top now. Beckman. And pass inside here to Durnell, and he'll score. Oh, Newman with a foul.
Fundamental basketball. Pump fake, get him in the air. Go right through him. Go to the line.
They're so fundamentally sound.
It looked like that looked like churchman basketball there. Nobody going up for an acrobatic dunk. Just 2 dribbles, pump fake, jump about 2 inches off the ground, and earn yourself 2 freebies.
Durnell at the line. Product of Homestead High School, knocks down the free throw. He's a 67% free throw shooter. That makes it 45-38.
That's 2 fouls on Newman. KJ's on the bench with 3. And we're having some DAC stats difficulty. I know you had that during the women's game on Saturday.
46-38, the lead now up to 8 with 17:35. Cruz now with the ball here. Angles the dribble to the right, gives off to Dehart. Dehart matched up, goes inside to Cruz. Cruz scores the layup, and he was fouled. Nice job by Travion Cruz.
Foul on Barber. And Coach Cottingham frustrated with his team. You got to sink in and help, he's telling them. Clog up the lane, they're shooting 2 of 10 from 3-point, or I'm sorry, 2 of 8, 3 of 9 now with KJ's triple.
Gabe Johnson will check into the game now as Cruz knocks down the free throw.
11 for Travion. Ertz will head to the bench.
And now on the floor is Granville, Gabe Johnson, Travion Cruz, Max Newman, and Jared Dehart.
No run and jump here by the Pilots.
Here's the ball in the hands of Durnell. To the top now to DeWilt. DeWilt with a pass inside. Gabe Johnson with a block shot inside on Jeff Beckman.
Dehart was just a second late in that lob pass to half court, and as soon as he missed that opportunity, you gave them a 3-on-1 going the other way. And
Jeff Beckman, a 77% free throw shooter at the line.
Jared's got a big smile. He knew it. He had the right read, just a second late. Beckman knocks down the first. He's got 4 points down the evening.
47-41 now. One more for the Shelby High School Michigan product. Averages 9.7 a game, 7 rebounds a game. And at some point in time, the Pilots have to stop trading baskets. They're going to have to make some stops defensively. Cruz now into the forecourt. Here on the right side wing, cross court sitting out of Gabe Johnson. Gabe goes to the far side now to Granville. Granville back to Newman at the top. Back over here to Gabe. Gabe with the spinner. Shot way, that's an air ball. Gabe's asking for a foul, and Marindette the rebound. Marindette back the other way. Stops at the elbow left. Now looking for some help. Wrap around to Durnell here on the near wing. Durnell drives to the goal. Shot by Newman, and Newman grabbed the rebound. Nice shot by Max.
I thought Max got away with hitting him on the wrist, but whistle doesn't blow, play through it.
Cruz at the top now. Drives inside, slices through. Fadeaway 16-footer, no good. Rebound Granville. Back to Cruz. Cruz thinks about the pass, now backs it out, skips it over to Dehart. Inside now to Newman. Newman back to Dehart. Dehart on the drive. Back out here, and then a whistle and a foul as Jared Dehart came down awkwardly.
Yeah, 2 baseline drives this half, and they've been called for using the body on both of those.
You know, they printed out the shot chart here at the half mark, and you look at all those 3-point shots for the Pilots. Pilots is 2 for 8 from long range.
Yeah.
The Cougars 5 of 12.
But there's no mid-range for the Pilots. It was layups.
Layups or nothing.
Yep.
Here's a
Newman.
pass inside to Newman. Newman.
Go to work.
He's going to drive, shoot, miss the shot. Granville tries to keep it alive. Great hustle by Live Granville. And
Barber goes over to help him up. Good sportsmanship.
boy, Live Granville just plays a 100% all the time.
And that's, you talked about that on Saturday, Paul. It's one thing to not play well, but it's another thing to not play hard. And the Pilots are playing hard tonight. They're just not playing smart at times.
Here's Granville, matched up against Marinette, makes him fly right. Now the right ball on the right side, Denver Cade lobs it inside to Durnell. Durnell's going to go on against Newman, leans in, shoots, scores. Pilots in trouble, Mark. They're a 50-41 trailer with 15:45 to go.
Yeah, Durnell with 10. Here's Travion splitting the defense. But what's, Paul, every time Durnell gets it, he spins, fakes middle, spins baseline. You know it's coming. Take it away.
Media timeout, 15:43, 50-41 Pilots, the trailer here today at home. We'll be back with more right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
At Gates Automotive Group, we ain't letting off the gas during our fast start sale. Wow, supplies last. Choose from 100 2019 Chevy Cruises for just $14,988. Special finance terms are available. So stop by Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, Gates Advantage. www. Go to GatesAutomotive.com. Couple programming notes. Mark and I'll be back here tomorrow. Spring Arbor and the Bethel women will be duking it out. Thursday, you don't want to miss this one. Live and in living color from Beef O'Brady's, the commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Bobby Cox will be my guest at Beef O'Brady's. He's driving up from Indy to hang out. Here is Dehart, 16-footer, shot no good, rebounds on the floor. Durnell picks up the loose pumpkin.
And Dehart looking for the same hit on the elbow that Marinette wanted in the first half, and he didn't get it either.
Marinette to the right elbow, travels, no call, skip pass over here to the near side to Cade. Inside now, Durnell with a drive, shot no good. Nice job by Gabe Johnson, didn't give him a clean look. Now the ball in the hands of Dehart.
Speaking of a clean look, we're being blocked by Steve Draven right now.
Right, ball here in the hands of Dehart, now to Gabe Johnson. Gabe, a wide open three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Kaminsky.
Gabe now 0 of 3 on the season for 3.
Back on the right side now, Cade. Cade back out to the top now, Marinette. Marinette goes right on the screen. Lost the handle, ball goes up the elevator shaft. Well, now here to Durnell. Bounce pass inside to Cade. Cade shot no good, air, but and then the Pilots, fortunately, that Tyler Kaminsky had an air ball because that should have been over the back there on Live Granville. Here is Dehart with the basketball on the far wing now. Dehart on the drive inside, leans in, had a shot blocked away by Durnell, and the Cougars, well, I guess the Pilots will retain possession. Boy, the Pilots' offense, to be quite frank with you, stinks right now.
Yeah, they are 16. They are 2 of 8 here to start the second half.
This is the number one scoring team in the country.
Well, yeah, but that was with the number one three-point shooter.
I get it. I get it.
But yeah, right now it's not looking real smooth. You look out there, and your real threat is Travion.
And he's sick. Here's Cruz with the ball in the deep left corner. He's going to flare off a screen from Segota. Goes now to Granville. Now to Gabe Johnson. Gabe on the drive. Pulls up from 14. Shot no good. Rebound. Segota tries to track it down, but it went off of Denver Cade.
And Durnell just came out. And he's right. Durnell says, I got number 5, let him shoot all day. And I don't blame him. I love Gabe, but in fact, he's 1 of 4 from the floor.
Here's Granville back out now here to Segota, back to Cruz. Cruz looking for some help. Stops, off balance, 14-footer, good. When does Travion just start shooting?
Right, and that's just it. Because there's a couple things from Durnell's. You're getting in a freshman's head, in my opinion, when you're walking off floor saying let him shoot all day. But that's a win for Spring Arbor anytime he shoots and Travion doesn't.
With the ball into the corner now. Here's Tyler Kaminsky. Back over here on the near side to Barber. Shot off the rim to good. Cruz the rebound. Travion back the other way.
Get to the rim.
Travion's going to take it to the rack and score. He's got back-to-back field goals. And the Pilots.
DeHart with the steal.
And shot no good. Rebound. Granville tries to save it. But here's Gabe Johnson to the goal. He had it stripped away, but he was hammered.
Great hustle started by Jared DeHart. Everybody else heading down the floor, and he hung out to get a steal. And then him and Life hustling out of bounds. Gabe down here to get the catch. Now he's got to knock down the freebies. Gabe's 5 of 6 on the season from the free throw line.
Gabe, of course, who prepped here in town and at South Bend James Whipkin Riley High School. Played for Eric Brand, former Bethel great, one of the all-time greats. Gabe knocks down the free toss, 50-46. I was in the hallway talking with Coach Straben, and we're talking about what's going to be available to him today, blah blah blah. And Gabe Johnson just so happens to walk by, and he says, "And I'm going to be counting on this guy big time tonight." And Gabe had a big smile on his face. "I'm ready, Coach." Second free throw, no good. Pilots within 4, as bad as they played, Mark.
Yep, and we haven't seen him on the floor a lot, but I got a chance, 2-3 zone here for the Pilots. Spent some time with Gabe at our house. We had him over for dinner, and he understands the game. We just had good basketball conversation.
Here's Marindette, cut off on the drive by Cruz. Flares out, now goes to the right side, now to DeWilt. DeWilt comes back to Marindette with 8 on the shot clock. Marindette goes inside to a wide open K. Lost the handle on a balls on the floor. And jump ball. It'll be Bethel basketball with 12:56 to go. So that's a win-win. Good effort for number 5 out there. He was getting after it.
Those are some good minutes for Gabe Johnson, and good to see him after working his tail off in practice all year. Get his opportunity and make the most of it.
More often than not, Mark, you got guys who, when everything is going well for you, you're not getting a lot of minutes, the team is having a lot of success, you kind of get into this situation where you bellyache a little bit about not playing time, and then when the opportunity arises for you to, you've got to be able to respond. Here's Jenkins with a shot, no good. He got knocked to the floor. Ball slapped away, and Live Granville picks up a personal foul.
I just feel like KJ's got to go straight up. He went reverse layup and hit the bottom of the rim.
And now there will be Spring Arbor basketball to move from right to left. Boy, what a great opportunity the Pilots had. 2 trips to knock it into 1-possession game. They couldn't get over the hump. And now with the basketball now here, Marindette. Marindette looking for some help. Right elbow. Skip pass over here to a wide open Beckham. Beckham, shot no good. Rebound comes back out.
Yeah, Marindette's trying to clear out some space for himself, but you'll give Beckman that shot all day.
Here's Marindette with a drive. Shot up and in.
So Marindette has gone to work every time Life Granville's been on him, and he sensed it right there and told his team, get out of my way, I'm going to the rim.
Here's Cruz with the basketball. Over here now to Jenkins. Jenkins lobs it inside now to Segota. Phillip going to try to back in. Phillip looks, goes back, throws the ball away. Right through the hands of Granville. Here come the Cougars in transition. Now Marindette at the top. Hands it off now to DeWilt. DeWilt shot from 3. Shot no good. Here's Cruz on the breakout. 2-on-2. Travion driving, shooting, scoring. 52-48. Travion has scored 6 of the team's last 7 points. 11:40 to go.
7-2 run here. But again, Marindette's going, all right, I got Granville on me. Screen roll. Clear out.
Marindette here at the top of the ring now, waiting for a cutter. Finds DeWilt, cutting across, and he scores over Jenkins.
Too easy.
54-48, favor of the Cougars. 11:21 to go.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. DeWilt just did a curl cut, went to the basket, caught the pass, and scored. KJ's got to play better defense than that.
Here is the ball in the hands of Cruz. Stops, pops, 3 no good. A rebound in the hands of Marindette. I'd much rather have Travion Cruz shooting every shot on the floor than some of the stuff they've had to deal with. Here's Marindette with a drive. The teardrop no good. A rebound. Segota was hammered from behind, no call.
Beckman
Hustle.
hanging in there. Yep.
Beckham has been outstanding.
He's hanging in there. There's 3 Pilots, and Beckman's fighting for it, and Pilots knock it out of bounds. Again, Marindette's just going to work anytime he sees Life on him.
DeHart, Newman come in for Segota in Granville. And that's where your pilots, it'll be Ertz, Newman, Jenkins, Cruz, and Dehart.
KJ has to be smart. Can't pick up a...
Here's a drive down the lane by DeWilt, and he scores. He was smart. He got out of the way.
Well, yeah.
56-48 and giving a wide open layup.
Yeah, no risk of not picking up a foul if you don't play any defense. At that point, you might as well sit.
Here's Dehart on the right side wing. Looking for help. Flares out to the point. Wrap around to Newman. Give and
Nice
go to
pass.
Dehart. Dehart was fouled on the way to the goal.
Nice pass. Yeah, somebody has to talk to KJ here and say, just give him space. You can't use the excuse, well, I can't pick up a foul. Just give him a little bit of space.
And that's exactly what Alex Daniel is telling him right now. Pick up a foul, but you got to play defense.
Yeah, and you'd rather pick up the fourth foul than just give up a layup every possession. I mean, come on.
So Jared Dehart at the line, 69% free throw shooter here at 10:36. Once again, this was a 2-point game. The last time these two clubs played, 56-49 as Dehart was able to score here to close it to a 7-point Spring Arbor advantage. One more opportunity forthcoming, and the former Indian Creek Brave puts his team within 56-50.
Jared's got 7 points now in the evening.
And now here's Marindette matched up against Cruz. Marindette goes right elbow to Beckman. Hands it off now. Here's DeWilt. DeWilt back over here. They go inside now to Darnell. Brandon Darnell drives and scores the easy field goal. Just ran right by Max Newman like he was a statue.
Yeah, used his body and spun right off him for an easy uncontested layup.
Dehart lobs it inside now to Newman. Max Newman comes back and scores the other way. 58-52. Really good game for Max Newman.
Yeah, he's got 14 now, but he had 10 in the first 9 minutes. Palace have got to get back to that look where he's setting the screen and getting to the rim.
We're under 10 minutes to go in regulation now, and the Cougars a 6-point lead in the rock in hand. And as Peyton DeWilt will inbound the ball, the 6'4 junior from Midland High School in Michigan.
I've got DeHart with 7 assists now.
Now ball here in the Marindette goes right side now to Luke Barber. Barber goes
zone.
back. Here's Barber with a 3-point shot. Good. Luke Barber, who came into today's game with 63, continues his onslaught here tonight.
But that's bad defense out of 2-3 zone. 2-3 zones aren't to take a break. You got to sprint out of that and find shooters.
You know, we saw that in the Taylor Bethel women's game. It was totally non-existent. There's Keontae Jenkins with a shot, no good. Rebound, Max Newman. And a foul on Brandon Darnell.
Yep, and he says, yep, I got him, absolutely. Going to send Newman to the line, shooting 1 in the bonus.
Newman on the year, a 56% free throw shooter. So once again, that's a good foul.
I love that, though. Darnell's over there laughing with the official saying, I didn't think he saw that.
And then there's a brick by Newman on the one in bonus.
It is Darnell's 3rd foul, but just a smart player saying, yep, I got him.
The ball on the far side now in the hands of Luke Barber. Goes deep right corner now to DeWilt. DeWilt leans, spins, comes back out here to the near side. Wide open Barber again, no good. This time Newman with the rebound. Cruz on the push out. Travion lost the handle on it.
And that is Darnell right there forcing that. A big coming out trap and 30 feet from the basket. And Travion turns it over.
Just love Brandon Darnell's attitude. He's such a high-energy dude.
It's just a smart play. Just a smart play.
Now Marindette, this could really be a key possession defensively for the Pilots, because now you're talking double digits in the lead. Here's Marindette at the top, goes now to Darnell. Darnell fakes the pass
going
inside.
baseline.
There's the double team.
Good.
Comes back out now here to Marindette. Marindette one-on-one against Ayers with 10 on the shot clock. Marindette drives, fakes, goes now to Darnell. Darnell drives right past Newman, backs it in, leans, blocked by Newman. Pilots on the breakout. They need to be patient here. Newman on the drive, shovels it to Ayers, and they throw it away.
You don't want Max Newman leading your fast break, unfortunately.
Pass up court quickly to Beckman, and he scores the easy layup. 63-52, what a huge possession. Just an absolute meltdown.
Yeah, and something that was probably not noticed is that Darnell was trailing the play, and he just hung out here by Travion, figuring I'm not going to get down the floor, I'm going to take away Travion.
Dehart to the drive in the lane, no good. And he comes up limping. And Over here on the near wing
Shooter.
now. Barber, 3 good. 66-52. Timeout Bethel with 7:46 to go. Jared Dehart. And a timeout on the floor. We'll be back with more Bethel University men's basketball. 7:46 to go. Pilots on the ropes. And we'll be back with more right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Serving Indiana residents since 1985, Centier Bank remains committed to supporting students, schools, and families. Centier Bank is a proud sponsor of the Regional Radio Sports Network Performer of the Week in recognition of outstanding athletes. Visit Centier.com today to view this week's featured athlete. Centier Bank, member FDIC. Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and the proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here today. 66-52, Spring Arbor with the lead here against the 11th ranked Pilots on the ropes here in a big way, Mark.
Yeah, they're just out of sorts, Paul. You're missing, without Grant there, you're really struggling for that outside shooting threat, and Travion can only do so much.
Cruz with the basketball, goes left side now to Dehart. Dehart on the drive. Jump pass to Cruz. Cruz with a wide open triple, no good. Rebound, Granville. Granville powers it up and scores. Nice play by Granville inside. 66-54, 7:26 to go.
Yeah, Life now with 5 rebounds. His first 2 points of the game, but now this is where he's got to get it done in this end as Marindette's been taking him to school.
Marindette hits the trailer coming across the lane. Barber on the right elbow, flares out to the far wing, then back to the point now. Marindette looking for some help on the right-hand dribble now. 10 on the shot clock now. And a foul on Life Granville. And that will be the
second on Life.
Yep.
6th on the team, I think.
5th on the team, correct. No, 6th on the team, Coach. And that will be Spring Arbor's Connor Cottingham to inbound the ball on the far sideline.
Mark this down, Paul. First time in 8 years I got the foul before Jim Rome had it up on the board.
With the basketball now, Marindette at the free throw line. Drives, double team, throws it inside here to wide open Tyler Kaminsky. Kaminsky comes back out, now here's Marindette. Shot clock winding down. Here's Kaminsky with a drive, shot no good. Rebound, Nathan Aerts. Now here's Cruz on the push out. Cruz fakes, lost the handle on it. Cruz back out to Dehart. Dehart on the jab step, drives, shoots, scores, and a foul call. Jared Dehart scores the field goal to cut it to 10. And now an opportunity here with 6:33 to go. Jared could cut it into a single-digit lead.
Yeah, Kaminsky picks up the foul. Coach Cottingham quickly puts Beckman back in, sends Kaminsky to the bench, gets his starting front court back in there.
Dehart needs to knock it down, and he does so. 66-57. Pilots need a defensive stopper here.
Oh, Jared just missed that one.
Here is Durnell over here on the near side. Now goes to Cottingham. SAU will take a timeout.
It's going to be back here in the backcourt, and they only have 2 seconds to cross.
6:24 to go. Ryan Cottingham is going to take a 30-second timeout. Just a quick reminder that we'll be at Beef O'Brady's on Thursday with the commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Then, of course, on Friday we have the Michiana High School Hockey League tournament getting underway from the Ice Box. JP Joubert and I will be out there for a twin build. Then on Saturday, Mark and I'll be down at Grace for some good stuff.
Pilots have got to make them inbound the ball to the back court, Paul, to our right. Get 10-second violation. Nothing going towards the basket. Jared DeHart tonight, Paul. He's struggling from the field, 2 of 9 from the floor. I'm sorry, 3 of 10 from the floor, but 7 assists, 2 rebounds.
Jeff Beckman to inbound the ball.
There you go. You're going to get a 10 count. That's 10.
That should be a 10-second count. And now over here to the right side now is Beckman. It goes now to Barber, back to Beckman. Beckman at the top. Now over here to Marendette. Marendette's going to back in. He traveled, no call. He switched pivot feet. Shot clock winding down. Shot on the way by Barber, off the rim, no good. Life Granville with the rebound. Now here's Dehart on the push out. Dehart on the right wing now. Goes now to Cruz. Cruz down the lane. Missed the shot. Rebound. Segota powers it up and scores. 66-59. Segota with the field goal at the 5:42 mark.
Full court trap. I like this trap. Get the ball out of Marendette's hands.
Over here on the near side now, Barber. Barber looking for help. Now dribbles here to the top.
So now you've had Granville and Segota with offensive putbacks, attacking the glass.
Once again, ball on the far side. Why didn't they call a 10-second violation?
Mark said it resets during a timeout, which is a new. It didn't
that
last
new
year.
rule?
Yeah, it didn't last year.
Over here on the near side wing now, Barber. 3, no. Cruz the rebound. Travion over the timeline now. Comes to the top, gives off to Dehart. Dehart for 3, way off the rim, no good. Rebound ricochets into the corner to Brandon Durnell.
I just don't like that shot. Jared's got a cramp or something. He's been limping on one leg, and then he shoots a 22-footer.
And a timeout, Spring Arbor. 5 minutes exactly to go. 66-59 SAU. Another timeout. We'll be back with more right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Manage your money like a pro with TCU. You can score big with the TCU Debit MasterCard that gives you cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you'll win with access to hundreds of free ATMs across Indiana. Check out TCU's starting lineup of services to help you manage your cash and build your savings. Visit TCUnet.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance One and Co-op ATMs within Indiana are free. New members are subject to a $7 membership fee and $5 initial share deposit.
66-59. Cougars. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Segota, Ertz, Sheehy, Cruz, and Dehart on the floor for the visitors. It'll be Marendette. He'll also be joined out there by Beckman. Also on the floor, Luke Barber, Brandon Durnell on the floor, and Peyton DeWalt, the starters for SAU. Here's the ball on the near side wing. Barber goes down to Marendette on the right wing. Marendette lobs it inside now to Durnell. Brandon Durnell is going to back him in. Back out here to the right wing. Marendette. Marendette, shot clock at 4. Marendette, turnaround 14-footer, no good. Cruz. Travion now over the timeline now. Travion with the drive. Floater in the lane from 8, good. That makes it 66-61. Travion Cruz with the field goal of 4:26 to go.
Paul, he's sick, and he still plays at a different speed and level than everybody else on the floor.
With the basketball here, Marendette. Marendette against Sheehy, drives inside. Shot no good. Segota the rebound. And then underneath him is Marendette.
That's a tough foul on Marendette. Laying on the ground. It's good no call by the officials. Travion went straight up. Now Segota's got to knock down the 2 freebies.
And with 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go, Mark, just moments ago, the Pilots were a 66-52 trailer at the 7:46 mark.
9-0 run,
yep.
3 minutes.
And Segota now with an opportunity to close that advantage. Huge free throws here for Phillip.
Yeah, Pilots
averaging 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds in every game.
7 of 12 from the line tonight. 8 of 13 now after he knocks down that line drive. I sure wish he'd get a little more arc on the ball, but that's all right.
4-point ball game, 4:14 to go. Segota with another opportunity. Keontae Jenkins is going to check back in. Segota's free throw good again. 3-point ball game. An 11-0 Bethel run. Dehart will get a blow. Jenkins will come back in.
Full court press from the Pilots. I like it. Keep trapping.
Ball now DeWilt over the timeline now, double team.
There you go, stay up.
Now goes up high now to Beckman. Over on the near side, Barber. Back to Mirandette. Mirandette on the near wing, guarded by Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe. Back out here to the top. Now Durnell will hand it off to Barber. Back here to Mirandette with 8. Mirandette against Cruz. He's going to back him in. Mirandette, fade away, 12-footer, no rebound off of Durnell.
This official assuring Coach Draven that he had the exact same call. Doesn't mean it was right. Just means they were both wrong. Right?
With the basketball now, Barber back out here. The shot clock resets to 20. Pass inside Mirandette against Dylan Sheehy. Mirandette with a drive, the shot, and the score. Ill-advised play by Philip Segota to come over and knock him into March.
Yeah, that's a good call. Phil was late. He had already released and landed when Phil ran into him.
Mark, that's the first field goal for Spring Arbor since the 7:46 mark. And here we are at the 3:37 mark. You know, they got the those things over there to clean the floor. They're sitting over there, but nobody – I mean, with all the students in the building, you think they can get somebody to get over there to do that?
I don't know. They'd have to look up from their phones, Paul.
Max Newman will check back into the ball game now for the Bethel University Pilots. Segota will check out of the ball game. Jared Dehart will check back in. Jared coming into the game coughing. And Dylan Sheehy will check out of the ball game. Mark, I look. There are 4 or 5 possessions during the course of this game where the Pilots just did really selfish things on behalf of themselves. As that free throw was good, that makes it 69-63. If you turn those selfish possessions into team-oriented situations, so-and-so taking a three-point shot when they shouldn't, so-and-so leading a fast break when they shouldn't. Here's Dehart with the ball near wing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
Here's Dehart, shovels it inside now.
Too much traffic in there for that
pass stolen. Bad decision there.
Yeah,
Rare one for Dehart. Dehart comes into the game.
Somebody's got to find Mirandette.
Oh, wide open. That is an absolute. The ball deflected off of
Ertz,
it looks like it was.
Yeah, that was a bad possession. Nobody guarded Mirandette. Then when they realized that, nobody had Barber. And now instead of talking, they're yelling at each other down there.
6-point Cougar lead, 3:15 to go. As Mark would say, a lifetime of basketball to play. There's the ball into the hands of Durnell. Brandon Durnell against Max Newman.
Got a double.
And he leans in, shoots, no good. Rebound, Keontae Jenkins got the rebound. Keontae back the other way. Keontae with the drive, he's going to shoot. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound deflected around, and once again, the Pilots nowhere to be found on the offensive glass. They had 3 guys past the 45-foot mark.
Yeah, 3 guys backpedaling.
Are they concerned about the Cougars I mean, those are the selfish plays that I'm talking about right there. Here's DeWilt, deep left corner. DeWilt drive, jump pass to the far corner. Now Durnell in the corner. 2:07 on the shot clock. Here's Mirandette, double teams, drives, throws it back out here to the top to Beckman. Beckman from 18, in and out, no good. Rebound, Dehart gives it up to Cruz. Cruz over the timeline now. Pull up triple, no. Rebound, Dehart. Dehart just took it away. Dehart shakes, bakes, looks. Finally goes over here to Nathan Ertz. Ertz to the go, and he scores. And a timeout, Pilots. 69-65. The Nathan Ertz field goal with 2:11 to go. And young Steve Draven will take a timeout here in the waning moments as Segota and Dylan Sheehy will come in. I think this is a defensive substitution, Coach.
Yeah, get some defense out there for KJ. It's a good drive by Ertz. The official just came over and warned the Bethel bench as I think Travion was giving him a piece of his mind about not getting the call. And I applaud the official for that. Whether it's a good call or a bad call, they're not here to have 18 to 22-year-olds tell them how good or bad they are. You know, this guy doesn't tell them they stink when they throw the ball away or when they airball something. So he's doing his best. It's a questionable call when somebody, shoots a 20-footer, 23-footer, and comes down and feels like they got blocked out.
So your thoughts on the selfishness? You disagree or agree?
No, you're going to see in a game like this, you can pick 2 possessions. Ertz missed a layup, I think, and they beat us down the floor for a layup on the other end, and it wasn't anything. That wasn't selfish. That was just you can't miss a 3-footer and then get beat down the floor.
Marinette curls out to the corner with 2:05 to go. Now gives it to Darnell. The defending national champions up 4 with 2 minutes to go. Marinette at the top now. Marinette one-on-one with Dylan Sheehy.
Dylan's got to get low. Standing up too tall.
10 seconds now. Here is Marinette flaring out to the wing, now to Barber. Barber now goes right side, now to DeWilt. DeWilt with the floater in the lane. No good. Rebound, Nathan Ertz of Bethel. Now here's Dylan Sheehy giving way to Cruz with 90 seconds to go in the game. Cruz wide open, 16-footer, good. 2-point ball game, 69-67. Travion Cruz has helped his team erase a 14-point deficit. It's a 2-point game now with 1:29 to go. As Mark always says, a ton of time left remaining.
20 points now for Travion Cruz. Best decision of the night right there. When Dylan Sheehy got that rebound, he gave it to Travion after one dribble.
All right, let's talk strategy here now. If you're a Spring Arbor, what are you doing?
I think you got to let Marinette shoot. He's been unselfish here, and part of it's Pilots have been forcing him to give the ball up, but he was 4 of 8 at the half. He's 3 of 6 this half. Leads the team with 20 points, but he's only taken 6 shots.
Let's give you the game reset. The possession arrow favors Spring Arbor. 10 fouls have been whistled on Spring Arbor. 7 fouls have been whistled on the Pilots. So both teams, or I should say the Cougars will be shooting 1 in bonus. The Pilots will be shooting double bonus. 3 timeouts for the defending national champion coach, Ryan Cottingham. 2 timeouts remaining for first-year head coach Steve Draven. There is your particulars here. And the leaders right now for the Pilots, 24 points for number 24, Travion Cruz, and 20 points for Paul Marinette. We talked about both of those guys coming into the game and the success they have had.
Marinette's stat line, Paul. 7 of 14, 20 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds.
Marinette, if my numbers were right, his next field goal will move him past the Mike Folkert. He'll be right behind Rocky Kent for the 7th best scorer in Spring Arbor history. Here's the ball in the hands of Darnell. Comes up high now to Beckman. Beckman hands it off to Bear. Ball deflected and stolen by the Pilots.
Good hands, Travion.
Cruz once again doing the job now. Cruz over the timeline now. And a timeout. Pilots.
Coach Traven he's on a timeout kick here lately.
And with he has 1 timeout remaining. I mean, this is a crucial possession. He
wanted to get Newman and KJ, and I think offensive threats in the game.
You think that's it? Our coverage is today being presented in part by the Gates Automotive Group. Stop by any of the Gates 5 Automotive Group locations now and choose from 100 2019 Chevy Cruzes for just $14,988. These low mileage like new vehicles include factory warranty and are eligible for a 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy Road, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, or Gates Advantage while supplies last. For more information, go to www.gatesautomotive.com. Also, our coverage today being presented in part by Eric Gunther State Farm Insurance. Don't forget to call Eric Gunther today for help in combining your home and auto and enjoy the savings. Call Eric today at 574-291-1597. Once again, 574-291-1597. Or visit Eric Gunther online at www.statefarm.com. And also our coverage today being presented in part by Qubit Networks, your security and cybersecurity experts. Call Qubit Networks for the best in computer security at 219-324-9900 or visit them on the web at www.qubitnet.com. Nathan Ertz inbounds the basketball with 63 seconds to go. Gives it off here to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz on the drive. Pull-up shot blocked by Marinette. What a block by Paul Marinette.
That's a big-time play.
And his 18th block of the season against the All-American. There's a pass inside, stolen by Newman.
So Travion had a steal, Marinette had a block, and then Marinette throws it away.
Here is Cruz with a drive down the lane, and he is fouled by Marinette, and that will send Travion Cruz to the line. And I must point out, Mark, that Travion Cruz in the final 3 minutes of the ballgame, Mark, is 30 of 32. Do the math. You're the math teacher. That is 93%.
He's going to miss now that you brought it up.
Cruz, free throw, you say? What?
Good. I don't believe in that stuff, but you tend to. I heard you on Saturday.
69-68. One more for the All-American from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, and the good thing is here, too, you get the last possession of the game if you can get a rebound.
Cruz knocks him back down, and we're tied at 69-69.
But now my concern is Coach used 3 timeouts in a row there between 1 and 2 minutes. Now he's down to 1 left with 35 seconds. But all you got to do is play defense here.
Marindette now will walk it into the forecourt. Matched up against the All-American Travion Cruz. And a timeout, Spring Arbor University. So Ryan Cunningham wants to discuss pleasantries here with 27.1 seconds to go in regulation. We're going to give you a game reset here at this point in time. In case you're just hopping along, Bethel trailed 66-52 with 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go in regulation. They went on a 9-0 run to get the lead to within 3 at 66-63. And next thing you know, here we are with the Travion Cruz free throws just moments ago, making it 69-69. Game reset time. 7 fouls have been whistled on the Pilots. 10 have been whistled on the Cougars. The alternating possession arrow favors the Cougars. Steve Draven has 1 timeout remaining. His opponent, 2 timeouts remaining. So there's your game reset. Mark, set the stage.
Well, you know it's going into Marindette. My guess is he's going to attack the basket late in the shot clock. If I'm the Pilots, I almost come out and run and jump him early, knowing that you're 2 things. You're getting the ball out of his hands. You're not letting them run whatever he's drawn up right now. And even if they get a quick score, you're leaving yourself 10, 15 seconds to come down and do something. If you let him dribble until it goes down, you're playing with 5 to 7 seconds maybe.
On the floor, Dylan Sheehy, Jared Dehart, Philip Segota, Nathan Ayers, and Travion Cruz. The Cougars will come back with Darnell, Barber, Beckman. Also on the floor will be Marindette, and to inbound the basketball, Peyton DeWilt. DeWilt here on the near sideline. Now comes to the left side wing, now here to Beckman. Beckman comes back out now to Marindette. Marindette with 16 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. Gives it off here on the far side, now to Barber. Left elbow here to Beckman. Beckman looks for some help, goes inside to Darnell. Darnell's going to spin inside. Shot no good. Dehart the rebound. Now here to Cruz. Cruz with 6. Cruz over the timeline, splits the defense. Shot on the way, off the rim, no good. Sheehy couldn't track it down. Throws up an off-balance shot, no good. We're going to go to overtime. There we go, overtime city. Boy, the Pilots have to feel absolutely thrilled to be able to play an extra 5 minutes. The question is, how much gas in the tank does Travion Cruz have?
Plenty. He's playing with a lot more emotion here down the stretch. I like that shot by him. I like Coach Draven not calling the timeout, letting his team do what they can do. And if Dylan corrals that rebound, maybe he gets himself a chance for a game winner, but he stayed after it.
They go to the overtime. Keep in mind the Pilots say we're an overtime winner earlier in the year against Taylor right here at home. They were an overtime winner on the road at Madonna. And the Pilots were an overtime winner against St. Francis. In overtime, the Pilots are 3-0. If you look at the Spring Arbor Cougars, they lost to Cornerstone in overtime. They lost to Madonna in overtime. They lost to Mount Vernon and Nazarene. So, Mark, something is going to happen here. Somebody's going to remain perfect, and somebody's going to get their first overtime win.
I feel like we might as well just go home. You just gave us the numbers. Bethel doesn't lose in overtime. Spring Arbor doesn't win. Let's pack it up and get home early.
Okay, there you have it. I'm not out the door yet. This is so exciting. I want to play 5 more. Heck, I could do another 10. With a basketball now to jump it up, it will be Jeff Beckman. And Dylan Sheehy's gonna be the man that jumps it up here. Interesting on the jump ball.
Yes. He's got fresher legs than Ayrton Newman.
Dylan Sheehy wins
Look
the
at that.
tip.
See? He's got
there you
this.
go. You got it.
He's got this. We should start him every game just so we can get the tip.
With the basketball here now on the right side now, DeHart. Now goes here to Newman. Newman back here to DeHart. DeHart on the drive. Inside here to Nathan Ayers for the field goal, and he traveled with the basketball. That's a good call.
Yeah, that's an excellent drive and kick by DeHart. Just a little shuffle of the feet down there. Turnover number 8 for the Pilots.
Keep in mind they were a train wreck earlier on Saturday. Here is the ball in the hands of Durnell. Durnell comes back out to Marendette. Marendette looking for some help. Now goes to DeWilt on the far wing. Back out to the top now to Beckman. To Marendette. He fakes the pass. Matched up. Marendette now goes down to Durnell. Durnell spins past Newman. Shot no good, and a foul called on Maxwell Newman.
And Durnell just kind of jumped into him and drew the contact. It's a smart play by Durnell.
4:18 to go. And Brandon Durnell will go to the line. Brandon on the evening, 14 points and 3 fouls. The right-handed shot is perfect, giving the Cougars their first lead in the first overtime, 70-69. The second free throw by the former Homestead Spartan, good. That makes it 71-69. Here in the overtime, here's Travion Cruz with a drive. Up, under, throws it away. Ill-advised pass by Cruz. Here's Marendette on the drive. Stops at the elbow, goes now to Durnell. Durnell spins inside. Now goes over here to Beckman. Back to Durnell. Durnell's going to back it in back here to a wide open Beckman. Now to Durnell. Durnell wrap around now to Marendette. He's matched up against DeHart. There's the double team. Marendette with a baseline shot good over DeHart to give his team a 73-69 lead. 3:40 to go in the first overtime.
Thought Max had the right idea. Wish he'd have stayed with the double team there and just forced Marendette to kick it out to somebody else.
Cruz with the ball on the left side, looking for some help, comes up high. He looks for ball reversal to Ertz. Ertz with a wide open 3, no good. Rebound. Dylan Sheehy should have been whistled for a foul, no call. And the shot's no good, and now here come the Cougars. 4-point lead, rock in hand.
I don't like that shot.
Now here in between the rings now, Shelby High School product Jeff Beckman. Goes right side on the wing now to Barber. Now over here on the near side, now to Beckman. Beckman looking, back out hop is DeWilt, and he throws it.
Almost hit that fan who was looking at their phone. Startled the heck out of that kid.
Well, that's what you get for looking at your phone instead of watching the game.
That's what I'm thinking. You're missing a good game, buddy. Come on.
Now with the basketball here is Travion Cruz. Cruz on the right side wing. Looking for some help. Going to hedge off a screen. Goes down here to DeHart. Skip pass to the far side. Ertz in the corner now. Dylan Sheehy. Sheehy goes inside to Newman. Newman saves it out to DeHart. Jared drives, flares across the lane. Still on the dribble. 7 on the shot clock. Back out to the top to Ertz. Ertz with a drive inside. Scores!
I like that so much better than the three-point shot.
73-71, 2:29 to go. As Nathan Ertz is the guy with the field goal.
That's a great
lightning quick drive.
Yeah, put his head down and went to the rim. I love it.
Marendette hands it off here on the perimeter, now to Barber. They run the weave to DeWilt. And there's the juggle call. At the top now, Marendette on the right elbow. Now goes to Beckman. Back to Marendette. Marendette.
It's a moving screen by Beckman.
Back out here, double team. And a timeout, Spring Arbor University in the corner. 4 on the shot clock, 2:05 on the overtime game clock. The Cougars will talk over the scenarios right now as Ryan Cottingham and company, enjoying a 2-point lead, will discuss things over this 30-second timeout. Our coverage of College Buckets today being presented in part by Cubit Networks. Cubit Networks is the difference you've been looking for. They strive to provide highly innovative solutions to your unique technology needs. Cubit Networks is passionate about you, and they're dedicated to make your purchase the greatest experience you'll ever have. For more information, call them at 219-324-9900. Visit them on the web at www.qubitnet.com.
Got some final scores, Paul.
Knock it down.
Iwu was up 89-82. They finished 8-0 run to win 97-82 over St. Francis. Huntington 82-68 over Goshen. And Marion 92-70 over Mount Vernon.
And here's Darnell with the basketball.
2 on the shot clock.
Stripped away by Cruz.
2 on the shot clock, 1 on the shot clock, and we foul Darnell on a fadeaway.
Darnell with 2:01 to go in the first overtime. And for Cruz, that will be his first foul. Darnell on the year, a 67% free throw shooter. Eyes, flies, missed it. Was that poetic justice? I don't know. Brandon Darnell. Second free throw, no good. Cruz grabs the rebound. 2-point ball game here in the first overtime now. Here's the ball on the drive down the lane. Shot blocked.
A lot of contact there.
Ertz had a good look.
Yeah, there's a
no
lot of
call.
contact.
Mirandette stops. Left side here now to Barber. Not a Darnell in the corner. Back over here to the top now. Mirandette. Steve Dreeben is asking for a
He's right.
traveling call.
Yeah, Darnell stepped out to catch that and dragged his back foot before he put it on the ground.
Now Mirandette around the screen on the elbow from Darnell. Goes back here. Mirandette now off the screen. Pulls up from 16. No good. Max Newman the rebound. Now to Cruz.
Travion's got to get to the rim here.
Cruz with a basketball. In between the circles. Looking for some help. Flares to the left elbow. Launches the three-point shot and buries it.
Ordered that.
74-73. Travion Cruz with 1:03 to go in the first overtime. Gives Bethel its first lead since early on. Now the ball, near side wing now. Barber, shot 3, good. 76-74, huge three-point basket with 50 seconds to go. How the Pilots didn't get out there to find that guy is beyond me.
Yeah, DeHart's been playing on a bad calf the entire second half, and he just couldn't close out quick enough. I don't know if he pulled something or he's cramping, but he tried to go after that loose ball and that behind-the-back pass and realized he wasn't going to get there.
He told me prior to the game he just didn't know how long he was going to be able to play because he's so dehydrated from having the flu. And he was sick all day Saturday and played hard on it. And now over here, Will Abbott, the Bethel graduate assistant coach, giving DeHart the rub on the leg, trying to work out and get some blood flowing in there.
But, Paul, my goodness. Barber is now 6 of 14 from three-point range. He has not taken a two-pointer. So timeout Spring Arbor. They have 1 left. Pilots have 2 left.
Boy, I tell you what, this place erupted when Cruz knocked down. Yep. And once again, it's still a 2-possession game, and as you always say,
it's a
ton of basketball time.
We're only down 2. It's 1-possession game. Yeah, and there's in 50 seconds here. If I'm the Pilots, I want to remind my guys, we want to get a shot early in the shot clock so we know we're getting the ball back. If you hold this, and you shoot it when there's 10 on the shot clock, now all of a sudden you've given them the ball with under 30 to go if they get the rebound. So even if you make it, you want to make sure you get the last shot. So attack the rim early. See high screen and roll. And
keep in mind, Pilots are playing without Grant Galon, without Gavin Rassler, without Nick Pluta. All are sick or injured. Travion Cruz has been sick all week and this is a hero-like performance for Cruz with 25 points. And now it'll be Cruz to let it roll in. And now he walks it up and picks it up here. Cruz at the top, steps out.
It's a good double team by Spring Arbor.
Gives it out here to DeHart. DeHart will go inside now to Newman. Newman's going to back in. Shot missed it. Rebound into the hands of Jeff Beckman. Boy, Newman has just got to make that shot.
That or Travion Cruz has to shoot the ball that possession. And Max, double-double tonight. Good game, but I want TC shooting the ball.
Mirandette here, one-on-one against Cruz. 15 on the shot. There's 7 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Mirandette here on the near wing. Goes over here on the near side now. Barber for 3, shot no good. Rebound, Shiggy tips it out here to Cruz.
Behind you.
Over the timeline now. Cruz on the drive. Cruz shovels it over here to Sheehy. Back to Cruz. Cruz with a running one-hander. Shot no good, tipped back out. And that's going to do it. Spring Arbor wins it in overtime, 76-74, as the Pilots now fall to 19-6. 7-6 in league play. They are now 8-4 here at home. Spring Arbor, a huge win on the road to improve to 16-9. 7-6 in league play. And now they are, Spring Arbor, on the road at
7-4.
Nope, make it 8,
Oh,
9, 9 and 5.
9-5, yep.
9 and 5. So a good win for Coach Ryan Cottingham and company to be able to come back and pick up the W. We'll hopefully get a thought here from Coach Steve Draben. Good, as these guys will come through here. All right, we'll get the headset there for Coach Draben. Well, what an exciting game, and I know it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but I thought your kids really battled with a lot of tenacity tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Just in their effort late, gosh, thought they deserved it. Early on, just, I don't know. We got some good looks, I thought, and we've been a really good offensive team all year. I don't know if we're just kind of legs or what, but I don't know. But I love the fight at the end. I'll go to battle with that kind of effort any day of the week. We've just got to be more consistent with it.
I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses. If you had played like this against Taylor, you had to beat Taylor.
Yeah, I agree.
Plain and simple. With the same time, energy and passion. And once again, we're going to have to find out what the fight of this team is all about down the stretch. These are the kind of games that win you games in postseason play.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's one of the things that Mark and I talked about is the experiences. And, you know, you're off to a 15-0 start. Everybody's all happy. Everything is all gung-ho. Guys are on the bench whining they're not getting any playing time. And now when their number's called upon, I don't want to hear about you whining about things. And those are the kind of things that you get in that situation. And now here you are, game's on the line. You're playing pivotal moments. I thought Gabe Johnson came off the bench and gave you some great moments.
Sure
Jared
did.
Dehart played with a tremendous amount of passion. So I thought, you know, you lose the ball game in overtime to the defending national champions, and let's make no mistake about it. This is a really, really good team with 16 wins.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope you're seeing the positive because I see a lot
no
of
doubt. Yeah, for sure. And we've got to latch on to those. And it's, you know, it's the sports and the game of basketball especially, you know, they teach life lessons. And you know, that's what we're trying to teach these guys. And we've got some guys that need to learn life and need to learn competition and need to learn humility and, you know, how to be a great teammate, how to make winning plays. You know, it's not about our tradition. It's not about the name on the jersey. It's about humility and doing what it takes to win games. And we don't have enough of that consistent basis. And, you know, teachable moments.
And the most important moment is right here, right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Is your daughter's here with you,
Yep.
and you're going to go home and you're going to get a good night's rest, and you're going to pray that your team gets healthy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mark,
Coach, you know, in a game like this, we can look at so many that play, this play, that play, but you know, get down the stretch. I sure wish Travion shooting the ball there with, I don't know, it was 30 seconds to go that last possession.
Yeah.
Max had a good look and he's played a good game, but
man,
I want Travion putting that ball up the way he's played down the stretch.
Yeah, we had it in his hands and got it out, and you know, we got a post touch, and you know, Max had a pretty good game, 7 for 11, and you know, just missed that one. Yeah. Gives us good energy, but you know, I agree with you. You know, it'd have been nice to have it in his hands, and you know, one of his better nights. You know, he's kind of under the weather a little bit and didn't have his legs, missed a lot of shots short, especially early. I don't know how we found, you know, energy to make some of those plays late. It's unbelievable to me.
That late three that he hit
was
the only good three that I thought just looked good off his hands.
Sure.
It was 1 for 6 in three-point range, and that was the only one that when he released it, I thought, that looks good.
Gosh, we're just struggling to shooting the ball right now. Finding guys to make shots. Obviously, Grant Galon being out hurts. Gavin hurts, but get back at it. Keep getting better.
All right, we'll see you Saturday, man.
Thanks, guys.
Once again, thanks to Coach Steve Draben. Always nice to be able to talk to Coach in a losing effort here. Taking a look at some of the things. Largest lead for Spring Arbor was by 14. With 7:49 to go, they rallied to come back. And, of course, Pilot's biggest lead was 6. 4 times this game was tied. The lead changed hands 6 times. Team numbers, Spring Arbor, 27 to 69, 39%. 8 of 23 from long range, 34%. Cougars, 8 of 11 from the charity stripe, 72%. 8 offensive rebounds, 33 defensive rebounds, 41 rebounds for the Cougars. The Pilots ended up with 12 offensive rebounds, 35 defensive, and they won the rebound war 47-41. Pilots 11 of 16 at the line. That's a killer there. 3 of 16 from long range and 28 of 70. Once again, you shoot 18% from three-point range in this league. That is a recipe for disaster. Pilots ended up with 9 assists, Cougars with 13. 8 turnovers on Spring Arbor, 9 for the Pilots. 1 block shot for Bethel, 3 for Spring Arbor. 4 steals for Spring Arbor and 5 for the Pilots. Mark, take a look at those individual numbers.
Individual numbers, Durnell had 16 points, 6 rebounds. Beckman, 7 points, 15 rebounds. Barber, 18 points on 6 triples, 2 rebounds. Marindette, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, only 2 turnovers. DeWilt, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Cottingham, 2 points. Cade, a rebound. And Kaminsky had 5 points and 2 rebounds. For the Pilots, Ertz, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Newman, 14 points, 11 rebounds. KJ, 0 of 6 on the floor tonight. No points, 2 rebounds. DeHart, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Cruz, 25 points, 8 rebounds. Dillon had 2 points, 3 rebounds. Life, 2 points, 6 rebounds. Gabe Johnson, 3 points, 2 rebounds. And Phillips Segota, 7 points, 3 rebounds.
Mark, you mentioned it. Keontae Jenkins averages 12-0 tonight. Okay, this is a game where, with everybody out, he had to have his average. Just absolutely had to have that. Because what you've done is you've forced guys who are in uncomfortable positions to make plays. Just not only him, but there are guys up and down the lineup that had to have great games. So with all the guys out of the lineup and just the simple little things.
2-point game, you can go every possession. KJ giving up that layup with 10 minutes to go uncontested because he didn't want to pick up his 4th foul.
Exactly.
Well, he finished tonight with 3 fouls. So you could have picked your 4th up there. You know, Ertz missing 2 free throws in the first 5 minutes of the game. You know, everybody's going to look at what happened in overtime and down the stretch, but there was so much stuff throughout the game that you go back to. And like I said, I go back to that one possession where we have a little
Max missed
two-footer.
one in bonus with just under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, and Durnell fouled him. And then we missed the layup. They beat us on the floor for 2, and it's a 4-point swing in a 2-point game. And yes, it happened with 12 minutes to go in the game, but it's huge. It's huge, and so then it just makes everything down the stretch that much harder to try it again.
Yep. All right. The 79th meeting all time between these two clubs goes to the Cougars. The all-time advantage now favors Bethel 42-37 as Cougars now pick up their 15th win here at Bethel. The all-time Bethel lead is at 22-15. We'll be back with you again on tomorrow. Women's basketball, and then, of course, we'll be back with the women doubleheader from Winona Lake at the Orthopedic Capital Center. We'll have our good friends Stan Davis and Scott Moore to visit with when we get out there on Saturday. That's going to do it. Once again, final score, Pilots lose their first game of the year in overtime session. They lose it here 76-74. For Mark Garner, for Tiny Country, and everybody upstairs, we'll be seeing you tomorrow. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.